great, consider becoming the channel member that maybe in your heart you know you might want to become within. There's the Patreon option in the Discord for stream alerts, so you know when these great streams that are going on. And there's an Amazon store affiliate link. If you're into that, use that link. And it's looking very likely that yes, I will be, I guess, scheduling my Thursday around live reacting to the Xbox Business Update podcast. It's a special edition episode. Is it just me, or does it sound like really gloomy that A, they introduced this as a business update, B, it's a business update special edition podcast? What makes this a special edition podcast? Do we get like a commemorative plaque for like attending or something? Special edition. Literally, you can go read the image thing that it comes with. That's the special edition update. Or a special edition Xbox podcast live stream. Is it like celebratory? Like, are they trying to sell that it's like a happy-go-lucky, fun, celebratory moment in Xbox history or something? Man, I gotta say, if there is one thing that most certainly comes out of this, I really hope that Xbox gets like a new marketing team, some new PR work going on, because, oh my god, what a mess this has been. What a mess. And I know they're gonna hit us with some vague information and statements that aren't going to like really help anyone, and we're just gonna be more confused. This is a terrible time. You know, it's always rough being on Xbox and covering the platform, but this is the worst. I just want this misery to end. I hate that we have to wait till Thursday, but hey, at least they didn't wait till Friday. Waiting until Friday would have been really bad. Ooh, my streams are like, or my PR, or not my PR, my frames are all over the place, guys. Whoa, that's not good. One sec, I gotta fix these frames, hopefully. Yeah, I gotta fix these frames, man. These frames all over the place, that's not good. Nobody likes bad. Alright, show me those good frames. Show me those good frames, Call of Duty. I totally didn't even know. I was in my own world talking. I don't know, it's still a little all over the place. How am I doing today? I'm tired. It looks like it's a little bit better of a signal. This is what I hate right now. I think it's a Telus issue. And it's just like, yeah, the internet has been so choppy. Yesterday worked flawlessly, which was mind-blowing, but I don't know why. See, like, I'm just trying to focus on my stream, talk, do my thing, and then I gotta sit here and worry about the stream having all these issues. It's looking clean now. Clean enough. Anyways, we're also Hordepoint. I didn't know Hordepoint was like a temporary mode. I guess it disappears in a day and a bit, so here's me getting some more Hordepoint in action before the end of it all. Because I do love this mode, but yeah, man, what a crazy time this is. Yeah, it looks sturdy enough. Okay, that looks good. Okay, we're looking sturdy on the internet connectivity, or the stream connectivity. That's what I like to see, guys. That's what I like to see out there. Oh, now she's dropping again. I can't win. Hello there. Still choppy. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Freeze frame, the frames look bad. Yeah, that's... I don't know how to describe it. It's like sometimes when I start my stream, it seems like the internet is like, whoa, dude, what are you doing with the upload? It's like, the network's not ready for this. And then, you know, you start streaming and it's like, ho ho. And then sometimes, like, resetting the line and pushing it further and forward and backwards kind of fixes it, as odd as that sounds, but... yeah, this looks a little bit better. We'll give it another little bump in a little sec here if this doesn't fully fix it. Yeah. Any news on Xbox? Well, I just kind of went through that, probably through the super choppy beginning of the stream that we were facing here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the stream is really, really choppy tonight. I did not like that in the slightest. Yeah, especially when we're playing on Terminal too, which is why it's so much fun here. You're working Thursday. Well, I'm excited. I mean, it's gonna be fun. I guess we can live stream the podcast. Live podcast reaction to the stream, which seems like the dumbest thing I could ever imagine, but that's where we're at now for Xbox. I gotta bump this again. I'm literally wondering if I should just kind of reset this, because usually we don't have these kind of problems. Is that guy trying to assassinate me because I wasn't playing for 2 seconds? Holy. Unbelievable. You know what I mean? Unbelievable. Well, hopefully someday I won't have to live in, you know, this poor part of town and have a good internet connection. Alright, there we go. I think that maybe is good now. Yeah, that might have totally fixed it, guys. Nothing like a side of the Xbox dying and then like freaking internet problems constantly. Yeah. PC handheld time? I don't really get, like, you guys do know that the PC handheld is like a really niche thing, right? Like really, really niche. Like, I know there's a decent amount of them like selling, but like it's a very, very, very niche market. There's not bazillions of people with PC handhelds. It's cool. Like, you know, the PC handhelds, they're cool, but like yeah, it's not that big of a market. Okay, I'm gonna pop on all my double battle pants. And there we go. Hour and a half. Let's live it. Okay, so that appears to have cleaned up the network. Bam, we are a go, guys. We are a go. You can thank TELUS for my craptacular internet. TELUS, the future. It's not as friendly as you think it is. It's filled with uncertainty and depressing sorrows. Anyways, yeah, so anyway, it should be a lot of fun. Coming up here, you know, Thursday, like I said, plan to stream the big podcast showcase. So I guess if you wanna do a watch along to a live streamed podcast, I guess I'll be working my day. Yeah, it's totally clean now, the network. We're good to go, guys. We're good to go. What do I think they'll announce on their podcast? Well, it's not gonna be good stuff. Yeah, it's not gonna be good stuff. I'm very, very interested in it. We've got the big names there, obviously Phil Spencer, the CEO of Xbox. You've got Sarah Bond, who's the president of Xbox, and you got Matt Booty, who runs the publishing wing or something like that now. So, yeah, well, it's gonna be a lot of fun. No, they're talking about not like well, it is kind of a handheld PC, but they're sort of talking about, like, you know, like the Steam Deck and stuff like that. There's been a big kind of surge of interest from people in those, but like, again, there's probably what, under 5 million total between like the entire PC handheld market. It's pretty much at this point non-existent. It's very, very niche. It shows great potential for growth. A lot of people seem really interested in them, but you know, it's one of those things that's talked about more than it is like owned by people, if that makes sense. So yeah, but it does have a lot of room for growth. Anyways, it's really, really quite interesting, and we are stable. We are good to go. Yeah, we're really good to go here. The Xbox is doing a lot of stuff wrong. Sorry, the comments and everything's all messed up. My stream had all these weird network problems from useless TELUS. I mean, it is what it is. Until they get motivated enough to put in fiber where I live, it is what it is. The copper cords, guys, they're giving it all they got. You have no idea how hard those copper cords are working to make sure that the internet functions here. It's amazing that I can even stream at 4K. Let's put it that way. Anyways, so the big event. Yeah, we've got the holy trinity of the top Xbox crew. So it's gonna be a pretty serious event. I'm sure the tone that they're gonna set is gonna be really, really relaxed and kind of like gamer bro-like, but not really gamer bro, because, you know, Xbox doesn't really do gamer bro anymore. Yeah, so I guess the big news too on that one, so is Tom Warren there, who's again an actual like journalist type dude. had a bit of an inside scoop today towards the event. So it looks like the first announcement is going to be, well, his input is the games that we're going to see go third party, or the games that are going to be ported to other platforms. Pentiment, Hi-Fi Rush, and Sea of Thieves will be the first to go. That'll be phase 1. Microsoft is considering Starfield and considering, what was the other one? Indiana Jones. So those are likely phase 2, I would imagine. And before you're like, oh, Pentiment, Hi-Fi Rush, Sea of Thieves, who cares? Well, Pentiment and Hi-Fi Rush are actually like the most critically well-received Xbox games, I think, of the last however many years. Like, I'm pretty sure they have like the highest actual like Metacritic scores and stuff. Or open critic scores. But yeah, so the very, very well-received Xbox games are going to the other platform, and then Sea of Thieves is actually one of Xbox's, if maybe not one of the biggest games on Xbox. I think Sea of Thieves has... Oh, actually, what was the player count? Did it hit 35 million or something like that? Players, like, Sea of Thieves is huge. So that's actually like a massive move over to actually put Sea of Thieves on another platform. And it just erodes the value of consoles and Xbox. But that's phase 1, so that is pretty much, you know, those are like a guaranteed lock, right? And Xbox is not gonna, they're not gonna tell you games that, like, they might put on the platform. You know, they're gonna only tell you specific games that they know right away are dropping on the platform. Like, you know, it'll be really funny, because I think a lot of fans are going to be, like, really reassured after the event. They're going to be like, oh, it's just, you know, it's Hi-Fi Rush, Sea of Thieves, Pentiment, who cares, you know, not a big deal. And then, you know, Phil Spencer will be like, see, you know, we're doing a case-by-case basis. And then people are going to get, like, really heartbroken when, like, several months later it's, like, Starfield and Indiana Jones, and then it'll be more and more titles. The other thing, too, is it looks like the event is going to be... there's going to be a Nintendo Direct, and then I think the Xbox event will be right after, or kind of like overlapping, or it'll kind of be like the Xbox, or the Nintendo Direct partner thing or whatever will, like, basically end, and then the Xbox podcast? The Xbox Business Update Podcast Special Edition thing from Xbox, yeah, it'll start right after the Nintendo Direct. So anyways, I think even though my time stuff's all messed up because of the stream connectivity issues, it's that time where I'm like, hey yo, be sure to like the stream. Subscribing's great, donations cool, consider becoming a channel member. Channel member gifting, the Patreon option, the Discord for stream alerts, chatter, and great times. There's also an Amazon Starfleet link if you're into that. And GamerHeadquarters.com, I write stuff on my site sometimes when I have time. You know how it is. So, yeah, big changes. And I think that'll be about it. It'd be really funny if they announced, like, when the Activision stuff's coming to Game Pass as, like, a bit of, burying the lead, hiding the info that's kind of being dropped out. I think that would be kind of humorous, because I was assuming... See, because if you've been on the streams previously, I did mention that Xbox will be doing like a, you know, like a roundtable talk in the spring, so like March and stuff, about the Activision Blizzard stuff. So either that's still happening later on, or they've kind of... Because this event, like, basically what they were supposed to do is they were supposed to do this talk, this business update was supposed to be at, like, the end of February, early March. And then, because of all the, you know, the rumors kind of skyrocketing and, well, basically the leaked info skyrocketing, they were forced to move this up a lot, which is why they're kind of in a rush, and I guess a bit of a panic, because, you know, there's going to be, like, some legality things they gotta check and everything, but probably also deals with Nintendo for Nintendo's Direct to showcase, I would assume, Pentiment and Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush, so, yeah. The value of Xbox? Yeah, the value of Xbox is so low at this point, you're almost, like, crazy to buy one, sadly. That's what we're getting at. Like, you know, it was like a bit of a Happy Death Day Xbox, right? Gotta drink some harder liquor to to get through the last couple weeks, but you know, like the value of Xbox was already in such decline, and then you know you're getting to a point where it's just like, I'd really like stumped to come up with reasons as to why you should even bother buying an Xbox at this point. It's getting really bad. Well, dropping all the CODs on Game Pass is like, it's gonna be like a cool view day and stuff for me, but I think they've kind of ruined the fun and excitement of that because of all this other news. Palworld? Yeah, the plan was Palworld tonight, but like, I like to stream Palworld during happy times. I don't want Palworld to be a sad world. And when Xbox is dying on, again, I can't believe it's day 9. We got the countdown, like the countdown kind of thing going, but like I can't believe Xbox has let all this info fester for 9 days, and by Thursday it'll be like what, 10, 11, it'll be like day 13, 14 of this. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. PlayStation does have the games. PlayStation has the PlayStation exclusives and the Xbox exclusives. Game Pass isn't as eye-catching as people think it is. Like, I think Game Pass is a great thing. I love it. But, yeah, so again, in the Tom Warren article for The Verge, I wish I had that, like, linked somewhere. He mentions that, like, the targets for Game Pass growth were 73%, and, you know, Xbox only hit 34%. So, like, Game Pass is not hitting expectations, and, you know, Game Pass growth is stalled. Phil Spencer mentioned as much. And you know why? Because they're not selling consoles. It's kind of like, as I've been saying for a year now, that you have to sell consoles to sell Game Pass subscriptions. And everyone's like, oh, they don't care about console sales. And I think this week, when we get the news of everything being moved over, yeah, console sales kind of matter at this point still. I'm not crazy. I understand this business, like, pretty well. And, yeah, it's not a good thing. Like, you know, you can't sell Game Pass subscriptions without console sales. You can get some people on PC. You know, you're not going to get people on their phone yet because that's not a market. And, you know, Xbox... Like, the plan is, long-term, that Xbox, they'll have, like, a... You know, it'll be a store to compete, or a Microsoft app will be a store to compete on, like, iPhone and Android and stuff. But, like, they're taking way too long to get to that point. Like Microsoft development of apps is so slow, and it takes forever, and they're always buggy when they come out, too. And it's just, like... You know, they're... Like, Microsoft, they're doing long-term planning, but they're not doing anything in the short term to build towards that long-term. And as I said, the funny and just the most hilarious thing of this whole ordeal is that, you know, a lot of people, they waited with Xbox for like 10 years for them to finally start putting games together. They've done all this planning, all this buying, and we're finally at that 1 year where the big games are finally starting to come out. And they're just like, yeah, we give up. It's comical. It's legitimately comical. Like, I don't even know how we got to this point. And please don't be one of those people that's like, oh, it's Don Matrick's fault. The guy hasn't been with the company for over 10 years. You gotta just stop. And to counterpoint whatever point you would come up with to my point, I'll just say, the Wii U was like the worst selling Nintendo console, and then they did the Switch, and they bounced back. What's Phil Spencer's excuse? See, I've done these, like, conversations. I basically have my own argument. I have the argument someone would use against me, and I have the counterpoint to that argument already set up. Because we've been doing this, you know, in loops over the last 2 weeks here. It's insanity. It really is. This whole thing is just the craziest thing in the world. You think the $1 trillion valued company would be, like, you know, willing to stick it out a little bit longer and not cave, but... Man, was I wrong. Now, the best case scenario is that maybe Pentiment and Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves do horribly on PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and then the Xbox execs can be like, see, it's not worth doing to the Microsoft higher-ups, but they'll probably do okay enough, and then, yeah, they'll be like, oh, there's money in this, and then they'll just move everything over, the ecosystem will collapse, and say goodbye to your digital library in like 5 years. Yeah. Ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-bum. Yeah, Microsoft will be fine. There'll be nothing wrong with Microsoft. It's that Xbox that's gonna be like whoosh. And then we've got the Surface team is allegedly handling the next Xbox, which we kind of knew because what's his name, Ronald there wasn't heading up because he got a different job or something like that. So that guy was heading up, from what I recall, the hardware team previously for the Xbox Series X. And we knew for a while that he had got a different job. So I think we just didn't know who was managing the next Xbox hardware. So the Surface team is a very interesting team. Like they've done some really innovative things, and they used to do more innovative things. The big worry though is they tend to thermals, like surfaces tend to kind of get really noisy and loud, and they don't use the best thermal stuff like components and things to keep the components from not being really noisy. And in layman's terms, it's just like potentially the next Xbox might be a little noisier, and the parts might be a bit cheaper. So the Nintendo Switch sells at, and it always has, it sells at a profit. And the PS5 sold at a bit of a loss, but now that they've done the revamps, like the slimming and everything like that, they now sell the PS5 at a profit. And then Xbox, they sell at a loss. Like apparently a very large loss per Xbox Series X. They're hard to make and stuff. So I'm assuming the Surface team is here too. Like they could potentially be doing some kind of like 2-in-1 kind of thing, or some kind of like mobile Xbox. Although the rumor guy for the hand, so there's a guy that does the rumor stuff who did the, I think it's like some mag guy. He's not like a trustworthy source. Like he's not reliable, but like theoretically the Surface line could be someone that would come in and maybe do some sort of mobile type Xbox or some kind of 2-in-1 Xbox, or I don't know. The question is, was Xbox going to concede the high-end platform and just go for like a hybrid Xbox kind of thing like the Switch? And at that point you're just copying Nintendo. But like, I'm not sure what the hell they're going to be doing. Are they going to keep 2 SKUs? Because I don't think you can have a high-end console that's also, you know, hybrid. I don't know if they could pull that off. The other problem, too, is the Surface team over time, they kind of got, I don't want to say lazy, but they were coasting pretty hard without actually innovating on the product. And that's why I think the Surface line is kind of going to be gone soon from Microsoft as well. Is it like, it was innovative to inspire people to build cool, you know, new Microsoft Windows devices, and then, yeah, they got rid of Pinot's, Pinoy, and then, yeah, they kind of, because they didn't really allow him to build up and do crazy things anymore, and Microsoft's very different now. They're kind of like, we want fast profits, and we're willing to kind of not, like, they don't think very long-term at the current moment, and it's, yeah, you're going to see that within all their stuff going forward. Xbox, I really, I'm like 98% sure Xbox isn't going to do anything to compete with the PS5 Pro. Yeah, I'm like 98% sure on that. So their Shoot House? When did they add is that new? Shoot House? Was that in this game? Yeah, so from what I am kind of gathering and putting together here is that the PS5 Pro will be this year, where a lot of the hardcore Xbox audience will likely move over because of the removal of the exclusives. So that'll weaken the Xbox base. There'll also be the next Nintendo console, so a lot of people will move over to that platform. And then Xbox will try a Hail Mary early generation in like 2026, maybe try to rush that to 2025. And kind of do like their own next gen, like start next gen early, like they did with the 360, which could benefit them if they ditch AMD, but they might not. There's also talks of them potentially going with an ARM kind of infrastructure for the device. I mean, My dream scenario is they ditch AMD, they do an Intel CPU and an NVIDIA GPU, so we get DLSS, we get ray trace reconstruction, frame rate reconstruction, and reflex as like perks for having an NVIDIA GPU, but I'm not sure if they're going to do that, especially if they're looking to kind of cut cost corners with the Surface team in the next one. So, again, there was also the talk of the next Xbox being like, again, based on the ARM, if you're familiar with that. So the idea would be like a hybrid console that is focused on that infrastructure, being relatively high-end, and then also having a cloud focus on it, so partially game, partially cloud, which, if you've looked at the Xbox servers, would be like a really piss-poor idea, because I don't know if you guys have tried to use the cloud recently, but it's like a 30-minute wait sometimes. So I don't know how they're going to do a partial cloud console unless they really scale up their cloud infrastructure, which they don't seem to be working towards. So that's kind of what they're looking at doing, is, yeah, they're gonna kickstart a new generation. It would be really bold if they just literally came out tomorrow, or sorry, on Thursday, and they were like, yeah, next gen starts when we say it does, and it's 2026. It would be a very interesting thing for them to add, is like, because that would guarantee you that they are making new hardware that might settle the worries of some fans, because I'm more worried about the games. Like, you got to worry about software first, hardware second. Software drives hardware, and it's kind of like, you know, because as I said, the big worry is the games moving, people stopping buying Xboxes altogether, and then the ecosystem collapsing, and there's no point of a console. The less consoles they sell, the less, you know, developers and stuff are going to support that dying console, blah blah blah. It's a whole ecosystem collapse is the big worry. And, you know, the loss of your digital library, and blah, 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 blah. So, like, yeah, that's the big thing, is it kind of like... So, I've said, when they were buying COD, because you own Call of Duty, you can theoretically start a console generation whenever you want to. Because Call of Duty is the big seller, it drives console sales. So, I mean, if they really work hard, and you bring out a next Xbox in 2026, you just call this the Series X and the S a failure, like they kind of are, I guess, at this point, and you just be like, hey, you know, we got a big launch lineup, we're coming out strong, we got the new Call of Duty, it's gonna run best, look best on our platform. If they could somehow pull an Elder Scrolls out of their ass for that year, it'd be a pretty good launch title. I don't think that they can, but if they could pull out an Elder Scrolls out of their ass for that year and launch it with the Xbox, that would be pretty great. And, you know, we're due for Forza Horizon maybe this year, so it'll be this one, and they'll skip a year. You could theoretically have Forza Horizon 7 at launch, and yeah, that could be kind of the plan, maybe. Again, that's just kind of spitballing on that kind of guessing stuff, and yeah. Why are they doing it in a podcast? It's a calm, collective way to connect with an audience in a more relaxed situation, because they're going to try to come across as if they're your friends and that it's like a cool, easygoing time. Like, they're going to try to sugarcoat it and make it as easy to consume as they can, and probably be as vague as possible is the goal. So the podcast format is the ideal format for that kind of delivery. And it's probably gonna be a decently long chat. Because, you know, usually they would stick this into, I can't remember what Xbox calls them, but, like, you know, I always say this, usually in the spring there's, like, an Xbox update. And they do, like, you know, they show some little trailer things, they give you some updates. They usually do that in March. Obviously that's getting moved up for this event. So, yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like. The podcast is the calmest, easiest way that they can deliver this info to you, and hopefully you will buy it as an easygoing, they're your buddies kind of thing. Would be my theory. To me, I'm just kind of like, a podcast. I was like, oh, alright. Yeah. Yeah, podcast, that's interesting. If I've missed any of your comments, don't be afraid to re-ask. I've obviously been going on a bit of a tangent with some of my thoughts on things, because I've been sitting there today thinking about how this is all gonna go, so yeah, it's been a fun day. Yep. It's not that I'm just onto it, I just really understand how this stuff works. I had someone to tell me today that this was a good decision because their financial advisor told them it was gonna make money. And I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah. And then in that same conversation, someone was like, why do you gotta be so mean to people online? And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I was like, I'm being mean to people? Have you even seen comments online? I mean, I was like, what? I was like, are you kidding me? And I don't want to point anything out, but they did have like an icon where they were like a furry, so I'm like, have you seen the kind of comments on YouTube and the internet? It's like, I'm actually being very polite. A little sarcastic, but very polite. I was like, you haven't even seen the types of comments I see on YouTube, but, you know, that's totally different discussion. But no, I see right through what they're trying to do. You know, I've been around this whole rodeo for a long time. Believe it or not, I've seen my fair share of crazy gaming announcements and stuff, and the idea 100% tomorrow, or sorry, tomorrow, I think it's coming up and it's still like days away. I can't believe it's still days away that we have to like wait and like speculate on what's gonna happen, like days. It's just like, man, that is crazy. They should have never called it a business update. The more and more I think of it, that's the dumbest wording they ever could have used, is call it a business update. I mean, that's what it is, but they should have just called it Our Future of Xbox or something. Would have sounded way better. But they're going to try to make you feel comfortable as they can with the changes they're going to make, and you're probably not going to like the changes they're going to make. But you can't do anything about them, and they don't really care. So they're going to try to make you feel good as they can about that, and say, they're here for you, we're here for you, and this is a good thing, and you gotta go with it, and don't worry, it'll be fine. Something about, we're all about more players playing games, gaming's for everyone, you know, the usual Phil Spencer things. He'll probably apologize for letting down the community again. He does that like 3 times a year. That's kind of his whole thing. Sorry about the lack of communication, you know, we have to do these events in a certain way. You know, PR something. You know, I'm really open with you guys. It's a great situation. We're all about the games. More gamers get to play more games. This is good. You're gonna love this. Yeah. You know, the Xbox is like a great place to play. It's not the best place to play, because our games are gonna be available everywhere else, but you know, it's a great place to play. We've got Game Pass, you know. They might, you know, again be like, oh, you know, on this date, Activision Blizzard stuff. Ooh, ho, ho, ho. You know, forget about what we're talking about here. Anyways, I think we're at that point, also again, where I'm like, hey, yo, be sure to like the stream, subscribing's great, donations, cool. Consider becoming the channel member you've wanted to be. There's channel member gifting, the Patreon option, the Discord for stream alerts, and the Amazon store affiliate link. If you're grabbing anything on Amazon, use the link, and yeah, again, my math is totally off today because of the freaking stream disconnect issue thingies, but I think we're roughly on the markers. Ugh. What a time, man. What a time. I gotta tell you, I'm tired. I'm tired. Oh, they're gonna let you down gently. You're gonna feel like Xbox is laying you, the consumer, off. I force people to go to Argentina. yeah, I force people to go to Argentina to get channel memberships. Yeah, so, yeah, my financial advisor. And I was like, I'm the bad guy in this. Like, this guy's like, you're wrong, this is good, this is gonna make money. you know, I talked to my financial advisor about it. I was like, he's like, you're just a YouTuber, you don't know anything. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, you know, when I go and talk to my financial advisor, it's about how they can make me money. And sometimes I give gaming recommendations because it's my industry. You know what I mean? Like what? My thing was like, what an odd thing to bring into the conversation. I also want to clarify too, if anyone, just because some people take these rumors as fact in whatever way they want them to be fact, Microsoft hasn't officially said anywhere that they're doing new hardware. There was a leaked rumor from someone at IGN, so it's very likely accurate and real, but they brought employees together, Microsoft and Xbox. You know your company is having a hard time where the product that you sell as a company, your employer has to bring you into a roundtable talk and be like, hey guys, we're still gonna be making this. Don't worry, your jobs are safe. But like, so Xbox hasn't officially said that they're making a new console yet. They likely are, and you know, like I said earlier, you know, they're gonna target an early start generation for like 2026. But like, you know, they haven't officially said that. That's just been leaked. You know, same with everybody was saying that the meeting was gonna be today on Monday, and I was like, well, they haven't officially said that. I don't know why everyone is assuming that that is the case. Technically, the only thing Xbox has ever like said in like the last, I think, 2 weeks is we're doing a business update, and then, okay, the business update's on Thursday. That's basically it. So just keep that in mind. And through this reporting stuff, you know, obviously I'm giving my opinion on it and some details and stuff that I've looked into and whatnot. I would recommend Tom Warren as an actual reporter. What he writes and sends out is actually like a little bit better than what other people will be speculating and whatnot. Just so that you are aware. And no, Xbox does not send texts out. And people from Xbox and Microsoft don't send texts out to streamers and influencers during the middle of their stream. You know what's funny is I keep saying that, and I bet you one of these days, just to fuck with me, they'll get like my Microsoft rep to send me a text while I'm streaming. just to mess with me. That would be funny, but no, they don't text you to update you. Because I love making fun of that, because that is such a joke, but yeah, they don't do that. But man, it would be freaking funny if they did that just to mess with me. I would actually laugh my ass off. Because I'd be like, guys, I actually did just get like DM'd about it. It would be so fucking funny. Fresh Doomer material? I have fresh Doomer material every day, man. A Palworld group? Palworld's a lot of fun. A bunch of flurries? Like snow coming down? A bunch of flurries. Yeah, that's Starlight. So I have Starlight, Starbright. The only star I care about tonight. And Firecracker. I have 2 of the boys' characters. I've never watched an episode. I don't know who they are. The only thing I know is the one lady had her cheeks done, who's Starlight. And then she claimed that she didn't. Which, you know, you gotta believe the person that says that, I guess. Even though it's, like, kind of obvious, but... yeah, so I've got Starlight. And then we bought Firecracker because, honestly, she's kind of got, like, a great-looking chest going on, and everybody was tired of hearing Skeletor go, "Grenade!" over and over again 3,000 times in a match. So that's why we have... yeah, that's why we have Firecracker. So, I think she cost like $26, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, Activision, you know, I get COD coins and stuff, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. It's kind of like on technically, Microsoft's paying for it. So, you know, that's good. But yeah, I think it was like these characters cost something like 2,400 COD coins. And then where do you buy COD coins? I think it's like $26 Canadian. So it'd be like $30 after tax? Christ. It's like half the price of... oh, that's not half the price of a game anymore, but... I never even watched the show. I don't even know it. Yeah. Oh, we gotta have my long-range gun. Again, if you guys had any questions that I missed or went over because I'm so focused on the game plus chatter, let me know, but yeah. Yeah. Maybe they're really cool people and you just don't know about it. Let you down like old folks? Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, they did. The gaming media in your country went in all on it? Of course they went all in on it. There's lots of coverage and stuff you can get out of it. Xbox a place to play. I was just like, this guy's like talking about bringing in his financial advisor. He's like basically claiming I'm a dumbass and his financial advisor knows better than I do in this industry. And I'm just like, what does that have to do with anything? And then someone else is like, do you enjoy... Why do you have to be so mean to people online? I was like, just fuck off. Like, what? I was like, are people really like that? Like, soft about things? Like, you know, the things I see is just like demoralizing. Like, people will say it too when I'm streaming. Like, literally something where it's like, they connect with me in the sense that, you know, I'm chatting with you guys and I read the stuff. And the stuff, type of things I see in the chat there, and then... Oh my god. It's like, are people just like, comment? The hell is this? Headquarters? Headquarters? Why are we playing Headquarters? I thought did they take away Hordepoint? Why am I playing Headquarters? I don't know where Xbox is available. They nerfed the jiggle physics of her rear end? Well, that's sad. Wear animal ears? Some people enjoy wearing animal ears for other reasons, other than being... I'll have you know, when we did the skooma review video, I got Joel a pair of cat ears for the video. If you guys haven't seen the skooma review, it's very fun. And they have a bell on them, so they like jingle. I think you can hear it in the video too. Now, like I love the Xbox brand and stuff, but man, it is the hardest platform to cover in gaming. I'm so jealous of like the PlayStation, the Nintendo content creators, the PC creators, hell, even the mobile content creators. They don't have to deal with this. You know, like a lot of my time is just literally hearing people tell me how much Xbox sucks. Or like, you know, how I'm a dumbass for covering this platform, or it really, it's like, you know, the uncertainty, the doom and the gloom. It's like, you don't have to deal with that on other stuff. You know? It's just ridiculous. Okay, I don't know why we're playing Headquarters. I literally was playing Hordepoint like 2 minutes ago. How many set of animal ears do I own? None currently. I gifted the cat ears to Joel. You know how hard it was to find a pair of cat ears? And not during Halloween. You go to like Hot Topic and I'm just like, I'm looking for cat ears. And then she's like, ooh. And it's like... She's like, it's a little out of season for that. And I'm just like, yeah, it is. And then they had the... Actually, I think it was Hot Topic where I got them, but they had the bells. I wanted ones without the bells. And she's like, do you want me to put them on so you can see how they look? And I was like, yes. She looked very cute with the cat ears. I'm gonna put it that way. She looked very, very cute with the cat ears on. And anyways, the goal was we were supposed to have Joel in a bunch of videos using the cat ears, so it became a thing. But yeah, we only got the skooma video out of it. I think in general, it was negative on the value of the cat ears for myself. So yeah. That's the thing. It like I said though, it is punishing covering Xbox stuff. Like literally just punishing. Like I was talking to a couple of my pals that do like just PlayStation stuff, and they're like, "Dude, this is your chance. Just bail. You know it's not gonna go anywhere." And I was just like, I was just sad. Like I just kept getting like fed these Twitter memes and stuff about Xbox dying, and I was just like, this is all the one guy was just sending me. He's like, oh, look at this, look at that, and I'm just like, He's like, you know what's gonna happen. I'm like, I know. He's like, it's easier just to move now, and I was like, I know. Oh, for better news, I think we're doing Sea of Thieves tomorrow, and the Tomb Raider embargo got moved up. Like, I saw some Tomb Raider videos today, and I was like, the hell is this? Because my embargo's for Wednesday, and then I got an email today that my embargo is now Tuesday. So, or like, yeah, literally tomorrow. So I had to, like, my content's not, I have a review ready for Tomb Raider Remastered, so that's gonna be ready tomorrow. I filmed the comparison footage, but I haven't had time to edit it. So hopefully I'll get that done tonight? Question mark? We'll see. And then, yes, Skull and Bones, which should be the stream tomorrow, because my Ubisoft guy said that they are doing the Ultimate Edition code. And he's going to look into why those original Xbox Ubisoft games were delisted, because I said I was going to do some actual reporting for once, and there you go. I'm going to maybe find you guys the scoop as to why all those Splinter Cells are gone. So, yay! Doing my job. I switched playlists. I don't remember switching playlists. I literally just pressed A, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, people really don't care about the Xbox stuff at all. Yeah, Riz God, I make the jokes, what can I say? We have fun here. Very, very funny. God, that story just kills me. It's almost like hilariously embarrassing shopping for cat ears. You know how many stores I had to go to and I was like, do you sell cat ears? I've been looking for cat ears. Oh, who for? Oh, just this special lady in my life. Because you know what they're thinking when you're buying cat ears. You know what I mean? You could say whatever you want. You could be like, oh, it's for a video thing, you know? I'm gonna have this lady wear them and stuff. And it's like, no. They know you're gonna be doing some freaky stuff with those cat ears. That's all they're gonna see. They're gonna be like, you're gonna come into that shop again. They're gonna be like, that's the cat ears guy. It's probably pretty common these days, or a little bit more common, I guess, but it's just like, ah, man. But it was funny. It was funny. I think I personally got the value out of the cat ears. I don't know if other people did, but I know I did. Yeah, so that's kind of going on there. I'm tired. I was really tired of all this Xbox stuff, man. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible to do. And it's like you get no reassurance from Xbox that everything's gonna be good. Like, they don't give you any inside details. My PR people didn't even know that Xbox was, like, imploding, or at least they acted like they didn't know it was imploding. So I'm sure they won't be able to provide any context after. You need, like, a Xbox emotional support group to deal with, like, covering this platform. And I have gotten so many condolences about Xbox over the last week and a half. I guess we're on day 9, so it's, like, just over a week now. Yeah. Yeah, it's recently the family member passed away in like October. I got more condolences about the Xbox dying. Like, are you fucking kidding me? So some of my PR contacts, they're like, I'm so sorry about what's happening. I'm just like, it's rough. It's rough out here. They're like, come on. That is kind of a chuckle. Also a little bit how I'm perceived, so I've got to work on that. You know, shifting over to covering other stuff as the year goes on. Yeah. Freaky stuff with the cat ears? I don't know if that's really my thing, but, you know. Yeah. A quadruple A game. Well, the problem is, the only reason, so the AAA, the AA, that comes down to budget. That's how we define these A's. And the only reason I could say that, yeah, Sea of Thieves is a quadruple A game is because the budget's so bloated after 10 years of development. Where, again, contractually, they have to release that game due to details and, you know, the contract with the Singapore government. I want to be on Hordepoint. I don't really feel like doing this tonight, like headquarters. I just want to shoot frickin' zombies, man. The captain always goes down with his ship. Nah, I kind of want to bail. The plan was to kind of shift over this year, but I've kind of been waiting for the, you know, the PS5 Pro and the next Nintendo console to come out, so things are gonna be, I think, about the same, you might notice some of the big games I'll start to cover on PlayStation if I can. But it should be relatively the same until they're not, and then, yeah. So, yeah. And I've got a lot of content planned because, you know, to do as much videos and stuff as I do, I tend to stockpile and, you know, so things are going well. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Oh, I'm sure the Nintendo stuff will do really well, and the PS5 Pro stuff too, I hope. I hope so. How many sets of animal ears? You guys freaking kill me. Your tempers at Microsoft was gonna be okay. Yeah. Yeah, well that guy, his financial advisor says that this is gonna maximize his portfolio. It's always funny too, it's the people that don't care or think that this is a good thing, are people that A, don't own an Xbox, B, are more of a casual gamer that doesn't care about gaming, or C, literally is an outsider that just is jumping in and commenting on this. There's one guy today was like, oh, I don't see how this is a big deal, and I'm like, really? You know, that's the libraries, and then he's like, oh yeah, I'm a casual gamer, I just got Xbox for the first time this gen, you know, next gen I'll just pick a platform based on what I get for best value, and I was like, so you don't have like a decade of digital purchases. He's like, oh well, I could see why that would be a bigger problem for some people. So yeah, a lot of the comments I see too are people that, like, if you're a PlayStation player, this is great. You know, you've essentially won the console war or whatever, if that's a big thing in your life. And you're getting more games to play. The games that were off limits because you were too good to buy an Xbox, now you're gonna have access to them. So for you, that's a good thing, but for like Xbox gamers, it's not a good thing. Not a good thing in the slightest. Here's another guy that says I'm gonna eat crow when they keep making more Xboxes or something. He's like, what, you slurping on PlayStation 5? And I was like, I've had a PS5 and a Nintendo Switch since about, like, literally the release of those consoles. And you know what? They're great. They got lots of exclusives. I enjoy playing on those other consoles. Maybe the Switch not so much with the Joy-Con drift and the low resolution and frame rate, but, you know, I enjoy playing games on those other platforms. I can admit that. I have a great time on the PlayStation 5. We had, well, I don't know if I would call Foam Stars a great time, but it was a moment in my life, for sure. Yeah, it was a moment in my life when I played Foam Stars. Helldivers was kind of fun, a little too derivative and repetitive, but you know, Helldivers was fun. We had a good laughs with that one. And, you know, if it had more content to it, I think it would be more enjoyable. But yeah, and we did The Last of Us recently. Lots of stuff, lots of stuff. You know, the cool thing is I play games. I can always cover games in other places. It's I'll be fine. It's just from a perspective of what I like to cover, and it's a little bit of a shame to see the Xbox, you know, dive off a cliff. Yeah, well, I'd like competition for PlayStation. I think that'd be a good thing indeed. I like using this guy money emotes. Nice. Yeah. Well, yeah, okay, so again, the thing is like, yeah, PlayStation has been ahead of Xbox for a long time. But there's no reason that Xbox couldn't have rallied and come up with a great console with great... Well, actually, they have a great console. They've got a great set of two consoles. They just don't have any games or a very good plan to reach people with them. That's the problem. And Microsoft, instead of letting someone else run Xbox, they just keep letting Phil Spencer, like, literally run the console into the ground. You know, he's been the head of Xbox for, like, 10 years or something like that now. And before that, he was the head of the first party or whatever for Xbox games. So, like, he's literally been running the show, basically, for probably, like, 16 years or something like that. And it's just so ridiculous always, where it's like, oh, that Don Mattrick guy, he screwed us. And it's like, you know, people on Xbox sometimes sound like those guys that are like, if only I had done that right kick in high school, I would have had it all. I would have been the all-star quarterback. And it's just like, you know, it was like 10 years, 11 years ago. You can't keep just cruising with that narrative forever. You gotta, you know, PlayStation's moved on from then. Nintendo's moved on from the Wii U. It's just like Xbox. It seems like it's just stuck in this era from 10 years ago, and people can't get over that. And it's like, You know, again, you can't keep blaming something that happened so long ago. So what? You know, they won an important console generation. Come up with something interesting and win the next one. Good consoles are sold with great games. I'm really excited for Indiana Jones. I really like Indiana Jones. I think the game looks like a lot of fun. I hope I get to cover it. I guess I also got to look at it from this perspective. It's like, you know, these Xbox games that are coming up, I can, if I get them from Xbox and I'm not like toast with my Xbox connections, my one pal says it's just passion in my coverage, so I shouldn't have any problems. But, you know, I guess I could review it on Xbox and then review it on PlayStation like a few months after. I can double up on coverage, I guess, technically. So I guess that's a good thing. That's more coverage for me. Not doing you justice, lol. I don't know, it's just really weird to me that they, like, won't try anything else. When a sports team does bad, they fire the coach or the GM and they get new people in, right? Make better Xbox games? That's right. It's on me. I gotta get good. Yeah. Well, the Xbox 360 was amazing. Splatoon on Switch, yeah, it's much better than Foam Stars. Foam Stars was garbage. Like, see, that's the thing too, is like Xbox doesn't even really try to capture the European market. They tried to capture the Japanese market with the 360 and they kind of gave up fast, which makes sense because they weren't able to sell many, like, you know, 360s despite, like, Xbox did put in a really good effort at the start of the 360 with Japan in regards to, like, basically all those like JRPGs they were funding, you know, like Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey and stuff like that. Like, they were putting in an effort and it didn't work. You would think the Series S might be a good entryway into Japan right now, but they don't have the exclusives. And they finally get one with Palworld and they're not doing anything there. That's another update thing I'm calling. I think they're gonna buy the Palworld company. I think they'll announce that on Thursday. But that is a bonus bingo thing that they'll announce by, I think they're called Toy Logic or something. Whoever makes the Palworld game. That's my bingo bonus for the Xbox event, is them announcing that they're buying that company. Write that down. Yeah. But like in the modern era, they don't try for Europe, and it's like you're missing out on a lot of sales. Like, Xbox is losing in their homeland. Like, they can't even win in America anymore with their console. And then, you know, you're not even, they don't even have a presence in Europe. They don't have a presence in, like, the Asian countries, and they don't even try. They're Microsoft. They're a $1 trillion company. And yet they don't put in the money to try to actually, like, localize and make yourself available in these other countries. And it's like, you know, you gotta be everywhere like PlayStation is. That's how you build an audience, is you gotta make it available. Regardless, technically, your main goal as a console manufacturer should be to make your console powerful, capable, have great games, and affordable as hell, so that you can practically give away the console and make the money up on the software. Just to increase your install base, because install base is what matters. The better the install base, the better deals you can broker, the cheaper it is. When you're making new games, the more value, the more potential customers you have. That's how consoles work. It's X amount of sales, right? Then you got more people developing for your ecosystem, blah, blah, blah. It's a whole building kind of thing, right? And it's just like, you know, like things for Xbox, they haven't been working. And instead of trying anything new, they just kept the same people that have been, like, you know, basically running it into the ground forever. And it's mind-blowing to me. Because it's like, man, I'd love to see someone else new running Xbox. I'd actually love a cleaned house at Xbox, like brand new, like, executives running the top of it. It would be great to just have someone fresh with some new ideas. They'll never break ground in Japan. I've heard Palworld's actually kind of being a bit of a thing. Same with the kids. I've heard some rumblings of younger ones being possibly into Xboxes because they got Palworld. Palworld was a really big thing. But you gotta jump on these things and these trends and capitalize on them. And they just don't. Like, if I you know, was running. I gotta do a video if I was running Xbox, because I think that would be a funny video. But seriously, if you got something like Palworld, they should have been peppering TV with commercials. Just like the moment that you heard it was like a game that was beating out Counter-Strike for like player numbers, you should have been pumping TV commercials out, pumping YouTube ads. The only place to play Palworld on console, Xbox. That's literally what should have been the messaging. Like, literally, because, you know, you get all the young people and stuff be like, well, I want to play Palworld, this huge, successful thing everyone's talking about. Pokemon with guns? That sounds fun. Seriously, like, you could have, like, advertised it, too, better so it looks like a family game, you know, not showing the guns and stuff. Because it's not really about the guns. And it's not about the slave labor with the Pokemon. But, you know, it is more of a survival-type game. But I would have been frickin' just pumping that messaging out there that, like, the only place you can play this big game on console is on Xbox. They don't even lean into their freebies. Like, Palworld was a freebie. It barely cost them anything. And it's like, you know, there's barely any advertising. Barely any dev support. It's, like, comical. Yeah. Palworld Addict, yeah. Xbox VR. They're not gonna do an Xbox VR. They would be dumb to do that. PlayStation VR 2 is niche as hell. Xbox can't even sell primary consoles. What are they gonna do? Sell like 100,000 headsets? Nah, it's a complete waste of money. Complete waste of money to do Xbox VR. They'll never do it because there's no point to it. Absolutely no point. Like before it was like, oh, it would have been cool to see. Now it's like, nah, they're not gonna do that because they can't. They couldn't justify. There's not enough users to actually sell headsets to. They're just literally mathematically isn't. And VR is niche as hell, and it's not a big seller thing. It really isn't. Like, it's cool, it's fun, I'd love to check it out, blah blah blah, but it doesn't, yeah, it doesn't move units.
Give me some sugar.
Give you some sugar. So she's a bad girl? Like, she's a bad guy? Firecracker? Is she on, like, the bad team on The Boys? Like, I thought The Boys were, like, a group of guys, and then there's, like, a group of superheroes, but they're not really good superheroes. But yet there's some good superheroes from that team that are on the good guys in this, and then some on the bad side. I really don't have any context. I really don't want to have to sit there and watch The Boys to understand, but I'm just going with it. Yeah. Will come to PS? Well, technically Palworld won't come to PS because PlayStation doesn't have an early access program. That's why Palworld's on Xbox and it isn't on PlayStation, is PlayStation doesn't allow incomplete games. After some development time and stuff's gone by, you know, there'll be like early access on Xbox and then it'll release fully on PlayStation, but it's actually one of the good things that Microsoft has going for the Xbox is they allow games that are in like partial development to be on the platform. It allows for some exclusivity while these developers work out the kinks of their console game and then release it to PlayStation. That's why we had DayZ early. That's why we have Palworld early. That's why we had, what are you doing? Arma early? It's because they have that early preview program. Whereas PlayStation, they expect full complete games. Xbox allows that earlier stuff. Which is technically smart. It's just they don't leverage them. That's a problem too, they don't leverage this stuff. Halo Infinite announcement on Thursday? In my dreams. Oh my god, if they announce VR on Thursday, that's like... That's what I was thinking, we need to come up with like an Xbox like event doomsday business like bingo card or something that we can do. Big Xbox chains? Yeah, I got those big gold Xbox chains, that's where it's at. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. I think this gen is a wash for Xbox though. It's over. It's definitely a wash. Yeah, but under there is Zarkister. But I think they've done a lot of permanent damage to the Xbox brand this week. I don't know how you fix that, and I think the event is only going to make things worse. Because you got some people that believe it's still going to be okay, which is interesting. And I think those people are going to realize that maybe things aren't going to be as okay after Thursday, and it's just going to hit them hard. And like I said, guys, I guess we're going to do a live reaction live stream to a podcast, so That's where we're at now. That's where we're at now. We're live reacting to podcasts. Yeah. Who needs advertisements? Let's pump out Redfall controllers. Well, they do make a lot of money on their controllers, so it makes sense that they keep doing what makes them money. So I don't blame them for pumping out the controllers. If they're like, God, we need money, we're having a hard time making money, and these controllers make the money, it's like, yeah, you know, people buy them. People buy them. Apple owns Xbox. I don't think Apple's ever really been serious about gaming ever since they lost Halo, so I don't... let's go back to the time where Phil Spencer was like, if he hadn't stepped up or whatever, Xbox would have been sold off. I think the most likely owner would have been Amazon. Amazon or Google. Google just gives up on products. I guess Microsoft's no better at this point, but yeah, I think the thing is let's you know, hypothetically, I think it would have been Amazon that would have bought Xbox, and I believe we would have probably been better off from the perspective that Amazon does put money into things and does run stuff and does take things at a loss as to build up their ecosystem. I mean, fuck, we probably would have had Amazon like Prime baked into the Xbox, and I could just be sitting here playing a game and being like, oh damn dude, I need to order some Doritos or something, and order it right from the Xbox, which would have been funny. Yeah, I don't know, like, so Amazon hasn't really seriously competed in gaming. They've kind of like tried to a degree, but it's really expensive and hard to get into gaming. So Amazon, they've only been able to do it from like a third-party perspective where they make some money off of their big titles, and that's about it. But had they actually owned a console, I think Amazon would have been pretty serious and pretty aggressive about being a big player in the gaming industry. I mean, hell, they're probably taking how much of a loss on like Luna and stuff, so I don't know anybody that uses Luna. It would have been interesting. I don't know if Xbox would have been better off being at Microsoft or being somewhere else at this point. It's hard to say, but you know what, I think at the end of the day it's all hypotheticals, right? It's like time happened how time happened, choices were made how they were made, and you know, you can't sell Xbox at this point, so it's either the whole thing goes, it becomes just at some point a little tiny app on your you know, Windows 12 to 13 before it gets like discontinued or something, or they make something out of it. I'll have to wait and see. I don't know, it's a weird time. Doritos would slap right now, man. I haven't had Doritos in a long time. I should get some like sweet chili heat or something like that. God, I could go for some sweet chili heat. I wish I had like an enabler in my life where I was like, man, I wish I had this type of food, and someone was just like, you should go get that food, let's do it tomorrow. I'd be like, yeah. But I don't have that. I live relatively healthy. What can I say? Quick resume food. Yep. The KFC console. Just what we've always wanted. The growing guns are pack-a-punched. I imagine that was the thing, right? They upgraded stuff. The controllers break easy. The Xbox controllers... I find it's the bumpers that break easily, and like I'd say the build quality of the Xbox controllers is pretty good compared to their Elite controllers. Yeah, I mean, you know, as long as you're okay with your Xbox controller, I mean, mine probably gets more playtime than the average player, and mine usually goes pretty fine. It's mostly the bumpers that seem to break, and the, what is it, the stick drift doesn't even seem to be that common of a thing, and I do put in a lot of time on these. Like, what was it, 100 days or something like that last year I put on Xbox? Like, I do put in more time than the average player, I'd say. But the controller thing, it's mostly because people buy a lot of them, and they buy multiple ones. I've seen pictures of people's rooms where they've got like 30 Xbox controllers, and it's like, what, you think Microsoft's just gonna sit there and be like, nah, we don't want this money? you get what I mean? Like they're gonna go after that cash, right? So, like, it makes sense to me that they would pump out controllers. Probably have a good number of how much money they make off of that stuff. stick drift. So that's the big thing, is a lot of people get the stick drift over time, but my issue is always the bumpers. Always the bumpers breaking. Stick drift, I think I had like one, I think it was my Titanfall controller had stick drift, and I think one of the custom ones I did had stick drift, but after a lot of playtime. And Call of Duty kills controllers. It kills it because like the sprinting and stuff, so it's not good on controllers at all. But yeah, that's just my controller experiences. But regardless, they're making money, right? That's the thing, is they make money selling these controllers, so obviously they're gonna keep pumping them out. People keep buying them. That's another thing. Do expect that controller revision this year. I'm expecting it. I think maybe around when Hellblade comes out would be a good time for that new Xbox controller. Wonder if they'll do anything review-wise around that. You know, that was a really funny thing, is when Xbox released their Elite controller, the second one, they never sent that to review or anything. They were doing, showing budget cuts. Like in Canada, we had one Elite controller, like Elite V2 controller out for review, and it was like a loaner controller that you could review. And I was like, a loaner controller to review? Couldn't believe. Same with the headsets. Like, I was trying to see if I could get an Xbox headset to review, and it's just like, yeah, no, we've only got like one or two, and they're like loaner headsets. And I was like, holy hell, you guys are cheap as hell on this. My god, cheap. Yeah, it's just like, for a $1 trillion company, it really feels like it's budget cut central, especially for a company that allowed them to spend $70 billion on freaking Activision, and it's budget cut central up here. But think of it as an alternate thing too, guys. After you, holy, we're way off the mark. After you've liked the stream, subscribing's great, donations cool, consider becoming a channel member. Channel member gifting, the Patreon option, the Discord for stream alerts, and the Amazon Starfield link. If you're into that, use the link. But like, think of an alternate history where Xbox is in the position PlayStation is in. Do you think they'd be moving their games to other platforms? No. It's only because they're getting smoked so badly that it's a problem. Yeah. That's the only situation here. The Turtle Beach controller? Yeah, I still haven't reviewed that one because I've been so freaking busy with all this crap that keeps popping up. This one, the Stealth Ultra. Yeah, I'm working on it. Well, yeah. Trying to. Pretty busy. Really time consuming. I had all this stuff scheduled, and this whole death of Xbox crap has actually been a major inconvenience to me. Yeah, it's kind of thrown all my stuff off schedule, which sucks. Yeah. I think Hellblade 2. I do think like Hellblade 2. I have these weird whispers in my mind. They go, run away from Xbox, run away from Xbox. It's just in my mind. I'm not crazy. I just hear things. Yeah. I just hear things on the inside. But freaking hell, I could go for some Doritos right now, man. What kind of Doritos would you guys get? I want some sweet chili heat. Oh, I haven't had those in forever. Maybe I'm lucky this week. I'll take myself out to Costco. Be a lot of fun. I gotta go bother the Costco ladies again about my MasterCard not being here still. It's gonna be like 2 months since that was here and then not here, and yeah, big problem. Yeah, big problem on the MasterCard. Have I held a 360 controller recently? I have. Yeah, occasionally. I bring it out just to hold it, and how freaking awful it is. It's so unergonomic, I guess would be the best way to describe it. A lot of people are like, oh, 360 controller was awesome. I was like, yeah, it was great at the time, but man, is it uncomfortable to hold now. But again, it hurts my hands because it like the... See, this one, it goes like inwards, right? Like it kind of hugs the curves, but the 360 controller like bumps out and it freaking hurts the palm of your hand. Yeah. It's not going to be as bad as it seems. I mean, it's probably going to be worse than you think it is. You know, I've sat there a few times trying to come up with like the best case scenario for how things are gonna go, and like it's just not gonna be good. I literally, what were we saying was the best case scenario? I can't remember what that was. Oh, that they somehow pulled off Game Pass on other platforms. That was the other thing that guy that's the financial advisor said. He's like, oh, they're gonna put Game Pass on PlayStation. And I was like, no, they're not. And you're like, fantasy, they are. That guy had no idea what he was talking about. And you know what? He looked like a pretty old dude, too. Or not pretty old, but like, you know, he looked like a guy that should be in the age range where he should be able to understand all this kind of stuff. An idiot. It's like, the best case scenario is somehow Xbox paid off Sony or Nintendo to add Game Pass to their platform, but that's not happening. I think it would be more realistic out of the two that they would get it on Nintendo platforms Game Pass than they would on PlayStation. I can't see, unless they took like a major pay cut to the point that it isn't even financially worth it to appease PlayStation to have Game Pass on there. I literally couldn't see how they could ever make that work. Nintendo would maybe be more okay with it in certain exchange circumstances and stuff, but I can't see that because it's just competing and hurting their own subscriptions by having Game Pass and then the extra costs involved in licensing problem. It's like a fantasy world assuming that kind of thing is happening, and that's like the best case scenario is we walked into some sort of weird fantasy world where Xbox has like Game Pass on other platforms, you know, like other consoles. So that's like best case scenario. Can we come up with the meh-ist case scenario? Oh, okay. Here's another good one. So, what kind of offset do we get for them dropping or announcing the Activision Blizzard stuff on Game Pass? Would you say that's like a 20% offset of negative news, or like kind of a like indifferent thing? Or would the news of that be lessened because of all this issue? Yeah. Financial advisors hanging out on Reddit. I just couldn't believe that guy would even say that. I had to look it up too what he meant, because he said my FA told me this. I was like, your FA? I was like, financial advisor? Because like I couldn't I had to look, like literally I had to go on Google and I was like, does he mean something else? Because I'm like, there's no way this guy actually means his financial advisor, right? And I was like, I couldn't come up with any other acronym that was for FA other than financial advisor. Like, I literally had to search it to make sure that that was what that guy was talking about. Financial. My financial advisor says it's great that these games are going to be available on other platforms. Who cares? What a weirdo. What a weirdo. Oh, did the Pack-a-Punch guns actually add that much more to it? Send your Xbox off into the sunset on a little boat. The Xbox isn't pretty heavy, they'd probably sink your little boat there. Yeah. The console will die. Yeah, the Xbox will just be like a little app icon. It'll be really depressing. Sweet chili, spicy cool ranch and nachos. What's spicy cool ranch? Party size Doritos at Costco. Yeah, you get less and less value now for party size, but yeah, it is a good bag of them. But I'd rather, like, I like the default Doritos. But if I'm buying Doritos, like going out of my way to get them, I think I would get the sweet chili heat. Or the one that's like a green bag. I can't remember. It's like a spicier hot one. I also like zesty, but like, again, yeah, sweet chili heat if I'm going out of my way to get like freaking Doritos chips. Everything is so expensive. You know how expensive everything's gotten. I'm taking fire. Is it so hard to ask for things to just be relatively affordable? Like, oh, that was a zombie. I thought someone else was assassinating me. I was like, oh no. Shoot me again. I love this game mode. I can't believe it's a temporary thing. This might actually be my favorite part of this game, is this freaking game mode. Like, I can't believe how, like, well it plays. It's just complete chaos, but it's not, like, overwhelming chaos. Are the numbers good enough for a code? You're right, Zaracaster. I can throw the live stream chat a code in a minute. You guys ready for a free Xbox code of something? Believe it or not, I do actually have, like, a lot of Xbox codes just sitting here ready to give away. You're right, Zaracaster. We should give away a code. Let me see what we got here. Let's see what we got. this one was kind of fun. Make sure to let us know if you guys get the code though, right? Like if you get the code, make sure you let us know you got the code. That was a fun game. Dill pickle Doritos, I don't remember that. Okay, now allegedly, dill pickle is like a really big thing in Canada, but I don't understand it. I see advertisements for spicy dill pickle and dill pickle stuff everywhere. And they keep telling me, all these employees, when I go places, they're like, oh, dill pickle's huge. And I'm like, who's buying all this dill pickle stuff? I was like, what? Yeah, apparently pickles are huge here. Yeah. So there you go. Let me know if you get the code, guys. It's always nice when you jump in Ghost Dude. It's always nice to be ghosted. I feel a little sad when I don't get ghosted enough in life. That's what it's all about. Oh, this is something. I forgot how to change my character thingy. You know that thing with the right up there, the emblem and the player card. Where do you change that? Because I know there's like your showcase, but like where do you change your emblem? I literally don't even know. Is it customization? Emblems. There's emblem. Oh, your calling card. Okay. These menus are like so convoluted. That's an American Eagle. Is there like a Canadian flag or something? Yeah, they like reset my like character thing. I had a way cooler one. Is it this one usually? Equip calling card. I swear I used to have something else though that was way cooler. I've unlocked 300 out of 2,500? Holy crap. Is there like a Canadian flag or something with some light movement? That would be kind of nice. I'm proud to have that on my player card. Oh, what is that? That looks kind of cool. Oh, it's like a spooky pumpkin. Okay. I'm down for spooky pumpkin. Yeah, I like that. I'd rather have like a Canadian flag, but there's like 300 of these items. Or sorry, there's 2,500 of these items. So it's like, how do you even find one to use when you have this many? Unleash the Beast? When did I unlock a Monster Energy one? Oh, that's a witch lady. That's kind of fun. Look at all this freaking crap you have in this game. Oh, there was the Canadian flag. No. Really? We're losing freaking connect things again? If it keeps getting worse for the signal, let me know, guys. We'll bump it up again and reset it. God damn it. Third world Canadian internet. You joined the lobby? Nice, dude. Thanks. Yeah, options all the way there. You're on 3 hours of sleep? Why don't you get some sleep, man? Did anybody get the free code? Yeah. Yeah, I don't like the modern COD menus. I feel like kind of lost going through them. I don't even bother looking at my like kill stats and stuff anymore just because it's like they're so buried under everything. God damn it. Yes, the connectivity stuff is so weird tonight. It's back again. It's very, very strange. The mark of the beast. Oh, is that like a calling card thing? Yeah, that makes sense. I just can't believe how things are for the Xbox. You know, like, I eventually foresaw the consoles dying. I didn't think it would be so soon. You know, you never believe it's the end until it is, and then you're just like, wow, how did we get to that point? How did this happen? Can you mark the mark where things started to go wrong? Because, yeah, you know, you look back and remember how great the 360 was. And how well it did. And then you look at things now and you're just like, how did it ever get this bad? That's the big question. It's just kind of like... I'm just surprised they were never able to turn it around. You know what I mean? Like, they should have... Especially with all the games they own. You know, they own everything we ever cared about growing up, at least for my generation. You know, they own Bethesda, they own Activision Blizzard. If you can't sell consoles with that kind of arsenal, I think you've just got the wrong people running things. And I guess you could say, you know, they weren't given enough time, but with these new companies, because they just bought them. But, like, still, dude. It's kind of amazing. It's also amazing seeing all these zombies run around like this. I love this freaking gun. You can just keep shooting and shooting and shooting. It's gonna be weird having to go to a different gun when Gulf War comes out next year. The other thing is marketing. Xbox needs way better marketing stuff going on. I've gone senile. I'm just thinking of the good old days. Yeah. The days where you guys used to sit there and like the stream. Subscribing's great, donations cool. Consider becoming a channel member. Channel member gifting. The Patreon option. The Discord for stream alerts, chatter, and great times. And the Amazon store affiliate link. If you're into that, use the link. My thing is, we sat through 2 years of the court case, and we haven't actually even gotten a single benefit from the Activision Blizzard purchase. Not a single benefit on this platform, and they're already giving away all the games. You know? Like, we didn't even get, like, a Game Pass drop or an exclusive. We got absolutely nothing out of this deal. War Hospital. Nice. I hope you enjoyed. That was actually kind of, I don't know, I thought it was kind of a neat game, so I hope you have fun with that. If we hit, like, I don't know, 100 and something viewers, maybe we'll drop another code later. Yeah. The marketing. Well, I think it's the marketing and the PR for Xbox is just not very great. Like, it doesn't... Because they work in tandem, right? It's like the PR team handles chaos and, you know, keeps things flowing and gets the word out there about everything. Holy crap, that is a crazy-ass kill. Oh, you see the skeleton, like, disintegrate like that? It's wild, dude. And then the marketing team gets the word out there about what you can do on Xbox. You know, the messaging for Xbox is so bad. Like, some of the comments I get where people don't understand, like, basic features of the Xbox. Like, features that I think a lot of us just kind of, like, take for granted and know about are features that aren't being properly introduced to the masses. Like, people... And it would surprise you. A massive amount of people literally don't know how backwards compatibility works. Some of them don't even know that backwards compatibility is a thing. They don't even know how they access certain games. It's like, this can be played? And it's like, yeah, you don't know about that? It's just like the messaging. You know, a combination of Xbox's messaging from how we get this to people and also how people understand what we're telling them. It's just a nightmare. Yeah. Suits running things instead of gamers? I mean, you know, people keep telling me Phil Spencer's a gamer and he doesn't run things very well, so I don't know if it's necessarily a suits issue. You know, if Phil Spencer as a gamer was so good at, you know, marketing and selling and everything like that, technically the Xbox should be like the best selling of the three platforms, shouldn't it?
Loading fresh mag.
You would think. You know, he's been running Xbox so long, I don't even know what it would look like having someone else run Xbox. Need some changes occasionally. My COD settings? They're just the default settings, I don't change anything.
Standby, target area updated. Move to the hardpoint. Mission time is half complete. Secure the victory.
And remember though, the idea is to extract money from the customer. That is, you know, it is a business. But there's other elements to it as well, where it's like, how can you better set things up to make money off your customers without them feeling as though you're extracting money from them? That's the thing, right? Because you can do microtransactions and you can do sales in a way to be successful where your customers are feeling like they're getting great value. Like Palworld and Helldivers. I think both of those games, people feel like they're getting really good value out of them. They're selling tons of copies. They're very, very successful games. They cost half the price of a regular game. You know what I mean? Like, they're making great money. As Palworld doesn't have any microtransactions or battle passes or anything. And it was a huge, huge success. And it made a ton of money. But all these companies, they're kind of scared of trying different price models. They're just scared of, like, trying something a little bit different. Yeah, you can, like, launch a game and not have a ton of microtransactions and slowly introduce them and at least make people feel like they get basic value out of it. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's like Xbox. We've tried nothing and nothing's working, and it's
Some call me the hero from the sky.
mind-blowing.
You can call me...
Mind-blowing. Skill-based matchmaking is in every playlist. I think they announced that, didn't they, in their state of the skill-based matchmaking union? Cosmetics for everyone. Well, you can do that kind of stuff and still not feel like people are being, like, ripped off or they're being taken advantage of. It's how you do things. Alright, guys, if we get to 120 watching, I'll drop another code for you. But I hope you enjoy your War Hospital. That one, again, I like playing that one. As I said, I got a lot of codes sitting here. I really do like the Star Wars. I got like tons of the Minecraft Star Wars pack, if you guys ever want that. I'll probably just like send those out here. I'll send a Goodwill Minecraft Star Wars pack. So if you want the Minecraft Star Wars, just there's another freebie for you. If we had something like 120 viewers watching, I'll maybe drop another code of another game for you guys. But there's the Star Wars thing. Let me know if you get it, guys. Let me know if you get it. Let's do this. Any other questions you guys have? What are people's biggest hopes for Thursday's podcast? Can't believe they're doing it in a podcast format. Man, that's crazy. I mean, it makes sense, but it's also, like, really unpredictable. Like, it kind of blows my mind. Podcast. Best meats in the Bay. East Bay meats. Mmm. You know, it's weird. I don't usually love small maps, but I kind of like the layout of this one. It sort of flows decently well. The spawning isn't always the best, but kind of an interesting map. You know what I like even more than this map? Maybe I only like this map because I've been playing Horde mode on it. Or Hordepoint on it. What's that one where you're like... Is it Safe House or something like that? I really like that level. It is a tiny nightmare of spawning and movement, but man, that map has an interesting flow to it that I just really enjoy. Yeah, I think it's called Safe House. No, not Safe House. No, it is Safe House, because there's Shoot House, and then there's Safe House, right? They need to come up with better naming conventions for these maps. Like, I get confused with all these, the way they do the naming on this. Hordepoint, this works so well for this game too.
Reckon it'll take more than that to cream my corn.
You know, there's zombies and people, and it's just chaotic as hell. It's so fun as you move around, you're like, what's happening? You're like trying to shoot guys, and the zombies eating you. What's happening with the Xbox? It's the end times. I thought you knew.
Target area marked or cleared hot.
At a desk to play? Yeah, not everybody loves PC gaming. Everybody's just in panic mode. I think it's a very fair thing to panic about. Yeah, you can literally see the trajectory of it. Some exclusives, big exclusives, all exclusives, timed, then not timed, day and date. Less people buying Xboxes, less people buying Xboxes, no point in making new Xbox hardware, your digital library disappears. Kind of like a whole thing. It's like a downhill trajectory into death. Stash House, that's the name of it, thanks. They're not going to port the Xbox digital library over to PC. I don't even think they have the legal right to do that. The only thing that would persist is your Xbox Play Anywhere titles, and it's a very small portion of the library that actually supports that. I think it's a growing portion, but it's still small. Yeah, kiss backwards compatibility goodbye, unless you use emulators, I suppose. But seriously, you know, it's a whole kind of chain thing that falls apart. And yeah, that's how she goes, really. That's exactly what it is. And again, I really highly doubt Xbox would legally be allowed to port your library of console games onto the PC because they don't have agreements with the manufacturers over doing that, and the amount of work it would take for them to like actually make that work wouldn't financially be worth it to them.
Here we go. Changing mags.
So that's like a pipe dream thing.
The mission is half complete. Stay sharp.
People are busy, man. They don't always want to talk about the doom and the gloom of the Xbox, especially with what we've been going over this whole time. Can't expect to join in this late and just assume you're gonna get all the deets right away. Probably shouldn't have picked up the nuke. It actually is more beneficial to me when it's chaotic with zombies everywhere.
Tactical out.
God damn it.
Enemies inside the perimeter.
I give people stuff. You know, that's what I do. I give and I give. Everybody, they're so mean all the time. A couple exclusives. It's never just a couple of exclusives. That's how it always starts, though. Same with PlayStation. Just look at their progression, you know. A couple PlayStation games ending up on PC. And then it's more and more. And it's timed, and then that timed exclusivity gets less and less. It's always a progression, guys. They dip your toes in so that they can prepare you for the more damaging things down the road. It always starts slow. Yeah. Yeah. And then the biggest thing they give up. Well, I think technically Embracer owns more studios than Xbox does, because they have like 100 studios or something like that, but... Yeah, Xbox, they got the might of all these publishing houses now, and all these studios that are pretty mighty and great, and then they just fail. It is kind of humorous. There is something about, like, being so close to the finish line and then just giving up. It's kind of just, again, very, very comical. I'm sure that maybe if Phil Spencer is logical and smart and understands how the gaming industry actually works with exclusives, he's probably sitting there banging his head against the table being like, we were so close on actually getting games out the door.
We're on the same side.
Yeah. Yeah, and apparently Xbox is a great showcase this year for E3, or death of E3, or post E3, I don't know, whatever we're calling E3, the Xbox Summer Showcase. Apparently they got some real bangers in there too, but yeah, no one's gonna care at that point, right? Everyone will just be sitting there being like, oh, I can't wait to play this on PlayStation if I wait a few months. Yeah, I missed the achievements. I'm just hoping that I can get to 1 million gamer score before the Xbox gets, like, completely roasted. It's always been my goal. The big 1 million. Yeah, I was really kind of hoping that, you know, someday maybe my kids would inherit my library of games, but... I'm just going to be telling them the story about the downfall of the Xbox. Maybe I can make a documentary about it when I'm older. Like, 20 years from now, I could be like, the rise and the fall of the Xbox. Ba ba ba. Hit those high heights and hit those low lows. You're tired but addicted to this game mode. It really is fun. I don't know what it is about this game mode, but it just clicks. Alright, let me see if I can finally get that Canadian flag going. I think it was on the far right, wasn't it? Guns up. Ah, there we go. That's pretty. I don't know what I used to have on my calling card, but it was something. I don't know why they reset them. Doesn't make any sense to me. You know what it was? I think I had like a Canadian emblem and then I had like another calling card or something. I don't really remember anymore. I'd have to go watch an older stream and like see what I was doing. Skeletor! Oh, was that kind of lame? I really don't care about the customization that much, but I want people to know, you know, and stuff like that. I'm stressing. I'm actually, like, pretty calm about all this kind of stuff. The stress point was last week. I'm just tired now. Rumors? Every industry has rumors. It's just other companies are better at handling them. You know, there's lots of rumors that come out about PlayStation stuff, but they get shut down pretty quickly. Like the movie industry, you know, there was, what was it? There was rumors Hulk was gonna appear in the next Captain America, and then Ruffalo was like, yeah, I'm gonna be in it. And then within an hour, you know, there was like a certified company being like, you know, this rumor is, he misspoke, he's not gonna be in it. But you trust those kind of things. Because in the movie industry, what happens is, like, studios leak things and stuff to reporters, or reporters actually have, like, insider information, you know, they do that. They kind of work organically together. In the gaming industry, everything is kept way too secret. And then when leaks do happen, which they do, it's a big scandalous thing. And then there's rumors aplenty because people love to hear certain things. I think the funniest thing, though, for rumors in gaming for me is the fact that, like, people just believe the rumor they want to believe. They don't check the facts at all. Because they're like, oh, Starfield is going to PlayStation. They're like, oh my god. And then they read another article, and probably they don't even read the article or the rumor, they just read the headline. They're like, oh, so Starfield isn't going to PlayStation, and that's just the narrative they go with. You know, they're like, Xbox has officially said that Starfield's not going to other platforms. And like, no, they haven't actually said one thing or another. You know, they haven't actually responded to these rumors until the event on Thursday. They've just told us the business update is coming. Nothing more, nothing less. So people just go with the narrative they want, and they pretend that rumors are like the bad thing about it, but it's more how people respond and interact with the rumors that's the problem. And, you know, you can hate what I'm telling you, but it's, you know, my opinion and kind of my level of expertise for, like, what's probably going to happen soon. You're not going to like it. Expose it. Who's getting exposed? Free Xbox Game Pass and get a million gamer score? Maybe. It's the goal I wanted to do. Yeah. Do I know the Canadian anthem? Yeah, I'm familiar with it. Having, you know, lived and grown up in Canada my whole life, I am familiar with the anthem.
We're on the same side.
I've heard it a couple times, maybe sung to it a few times. Microsoft text? Let me check my phone. No.
Kill.
My favorite thing, though, is also, like, you know, the freakouts of people, like, destroying their Xbox stuff, which is entertaining. And then there's, like, this other side of it, where it's kind of like the flip-flopping stuff. The Jez thing has been so entertaining to me, because he's like, I'm done with Twitter, I'm taking a break. And then he's, like, back, like, 9 hours later being like, just to clarify. I was like, dude, you said you were taking a break because you need it, and it's like, you're right back here. That guy's been all over the place on this whole situation. Because I usually thought of the Jez dude there as being a bit more like having good knowledge and insider stuff, and now after this I'm kind of like, not really. Not really. Little less trustworthy. But I do also find the divide between, because the people on Reddit now really seem to hate people that do like the Xbox fluencing and stuff, which is kind of funny, and it's like it all feeds off one another. The Xbox community has been, I think, irreversibly splintered and shattered and divided, and I don't know how they would repair that at any point. It's kind of funny. Man, what is with the freaking internet connectivity tonight? It's killing me. You believe good Xbox exclusives aren't going everywhere? I mean, well, a little bit go, and then they all go, man. It's just how it works. Starfield on the ColecoVision. I'd love to see them try to put Starfield on the Nintendo. It'd probably be on the next Nintendo console. There's a lot of things people aren't realizing too. Is it's like when they're talking Nintendo, they're probably not even necessarily talking the Switch. A lot of this stuff is being planned for the next Nintendo console down the road. Yeah. It'd be cool if Xbox came out with some kind of crazy twist during this event, but I really don't think it's going to have that. It's probably going to be a pretty straightforward, very vague kind of thing that leaves them wiggle room. Corporations love this, right? They want to come up with the most wiggle room oriented discussion they can while still keeping people engaged. They'll be like, these are the exclusives for now. She's got style, I'll give her that. Yeah. A lot of people really dislike Starfield. I don't understand why. I really like that game. But it's a huge deal, you know. That game did massive numbers in terms of like players that played it, players that bought it. Like Starfield was a big hit and was a big deal. It was literally the most celebrated and excited you know, definitely ahead of launch, like Xbox game since.
Austin Tactical.
Trying to think of a more hyped up Xbox game that came out before that, and I can't think of any. Yeah, I'm actually running a blank for any Xbox exclusives that were as big of a deal as Halo MCC was. Or not Halo MCC, sorry. Maybe Halo MCC was the most excited before that, and that was a bit of a wreck. I still can't believe the treatment of Halo, allowing somebody that like literally ran that corporation to the ground for 10 years to still be there for 10 years. But then again, you know, Phil Spencer was a bit of an enabler, and him himself running the Xbox corporation to the ground over 10 years is kind of, I guess it fits. Just because they're your friend doesn't mean they should be running, you know, a major arm of your company.
Switching mags.
Especially something as important and like as vital as Halo is to the Xbox brand. The user score? Nobody cares about user score. If you care about user score, you're crazy. I'm sorry. Users don't know what they're talking about. Yeah. Remember, guys, the only things that really matter are the Steam counts, Metacritic, and OpenCritic, and how much money or plays something has. Money slash plays? I guess it's plays for Game Pass, but sales for other stuff. Yeah. Again, it doesn't matter how much you dislike or other people dislike Starfield, man. The game had a ton of players. You can't debate that. And it was very hyped before it came out. Just like the stream was very hyped when it came out with this great excitement of the death of Xbox, so be sure to like the stream. Subscribing's great, donation's cool, consider becoming channel member. Channel member gifting. Patreon option, the Discord for stream alerts, and the Amazon store affiliate link. If you're into that, use the affiliate link. Isn't it the year of the dragon? I thought it was the year of the dragon. That looks so stupid. Isn't it the year of the dragon? This one's kind of funny, the let them cook thing. Dragon Lunar New Year. Wait, is it like the year of the rabbit, but it's the dragon Lunar New Year? I don't understand how any of this works. I can't keep up with all this stuff. Derail or sub-base? How about neither? Isn't that a good idea? Oh, that's what happened earlier, is I backed out and then I just clicked quick play instead of picking Hordepoint. That's why we got screwed up on that one. Down 97%. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, it's almost like Starfield is like a fucking single player game that people play and then move on from. I mean, what do I know, right? There's more than one gun? I don't like the other guns. I like the Hurricane. No, seriously, this is like, what are you expecting, like, everybody to sit there and keep playing Starfield? I've put, like, I don't know how many hours I have on that one. Is it like 60 or something like that? You know, like, you pack your hours in, you play a game, and then you move on. You can't expect everybody to sit there. Like, it's a single-player game. You run out of things to do eventually. You know, it's not a live service game. I mean, Palworld lost, like, what, 2/3 of its players or something like that? And it's like, Palworld's still a massive success. But yeah, I mean, it's not even a multiplayer game. This is like, I don't even know how that's like a discussion at all. I will not take this Starfield slander. I do not enjoy it. Look at Skyrim. Why would I look at Skyrim? It's a single player game. I don't expect people to keep sitting there playing it, especially a new one. It comes out, you play it a lot, sets records, and then people move on and they play other games. That's just literally how gaming works. That's how single player gaming has always worked. If Starfield were a multiplayer game, I would be slightly worried if the player count was down. Launch, the count will bump back up again as soon as they do a DLC. My statement is irrelevant. You do know how single player versus multiplayer games work for player count and engagement, right?
Hardpoint located. Lock it down.
How they've always worked, literally since we started getting multiplayer games like we do now.
Ash, as always, got your back.
I mean, most people, they play a single player game, they finish it, and then they uninstall it, and they go and play multiplayer games. Unless they consider it one of the greatest games of all time, and they can't get enough of it, and they keep going back. That's generally how it works. Even multiplayer games, again, example Palworld, which lost 2/3 of its player count, you know, that happens with them too. People have new things they go on to. Kind of like humans really enjoy hot things, and they move from one candy item to the next.
Now I'm pissed.
You know, like Hive Divers. Helldivers too is really, really popular right now. It kind of stole a little bit of the thunder from Palworld. Just like the big multiplayer game after Helldivers is going to steal the thunder from Helldivers. And then the big multiplayer game after that will steal the thunder from the big multiplayer game that came before. I'm very wrong. I don't think I am. I really don't think I am. Yeah. This is Xbox's year, guys. They haven't moved on. You're talking like people sit there and they play Skyrim every single day. Is that an enemy? No, that's a teammate. This is the zombies right beside him. It's just crazy to me that you don't understand how player counts work for games in single versus multiplayer.
Medical.
Why are we even having this discussion? Skyrim you don't move on from. Yeah, okay. I mean, you revisit Skyrim occasionally, but it's not like Skyrim's a freaking multiplayer game that we sit there day in and day out playing. Why are we even having this dumb discussion? Madness.
Watch your aim! We've taken the lead. Switching maps.
Elden Ring lost many players? Yeah, again, it's like it's a single player. Well, actually, Elden Ring is technically a multiplayer game too, right? Single player with multiplayer stuff. But yeah, that's what happens. You go from one hot thing to the next hot thing. A core base will stick around and play, and new players will come and play games. But like, you can't honestly think that that's, you know, that people are going to sit there playing Starfield. What are we at, 6 months now? Like, the numbers for Starfield at this point should be relatively low because we just had a huge holiday of new releases, plus huge hot games coming out at the beginning of the year. You're crazy, man. I gotta go save Xbox. I gotta go get my passport renewed. I'll fly out there and fix things. Not even correct about Thursday. Okay, man. When they announce a few games is going multi-platform and their strategy to do more on a case-by-case basis, and then the whole platform falls apart. You know, you can come back to me and tell me I'm right. I'm sure you guys can keep believing whatever you want to. Story mode player count? I know, right? It's like a big discussion about how many people are playing single player games. Upset if Starfield would go to PlayStation? I mean, yeah, that would kind of completely erode the value of the Xbox platform entirely. I mean, I would probably be happy if the money I could make doing the video and streaming Starfield on PlayStation. I'd actually have probably a lot of fun doing that. Bet the PlayStation players would be more appreciative about it too. You wouldn't have to deal with all the whining and complaining I see on the Xbox side of things covering those platforms. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know any single player games that are like built with the intent of keeping players playing them forever and ever and ever. I mean, there's great value if you can take a single player game and revisit it over and over again, that's awesome, but you know, it's not like they're selling you daily skins and microtransactions in Starfield. Hell, we don't even have mods. We don't even have a DLC. I think the big thing would be to go and check how Starfield's doing when the new expansion comes out. Rob me of my kill. Absolutely rob me, dude. Everybody's always in a bad mood.
Dusted him!
Panic mode.
Hardpoint relocated.
I mean, I don't really feel like I'm panicking. I'm just kind of saying how things are going. I mean, last week, kind of realizing how bad things were gonna get was pretty depressing and stuff. And it was a panicking situation, but right now, it's just, I know how it's gonna go. Now the guy's pissed because he just came up with a really dumbass kind of statement to stand behind.
UAV active.
I'm sorry, I know you're wrong about this thing. I don't think anyone, even in the wildest sales expectations of Starfield, expected people to still be playing that game at the numbers at launch today. Like, it's been 6 months, man. It's single player. Yeah, this guy seems to really hate Starfield. Like, if it's not for you, it's not for you, man. But, you know, some people enjoyed the game. There's millions of people that played that game. I'm sure there was a good handful of them that enjoyed it. They just, you know, played it, had fun, talked about how much they enjoyed it, and then they moved on to other games because it's a little bit more healthy. Yeah. This guy's like way too into Starfield. I really love Starfield too, and I'm not that into it. Now we can move on from Ash. Rick Grimes. I can't believe Call of Duty has Snoop Dogg, Rick Grimes, Lara Croft, Spawn, Ash, and freaking The Boys characters. What a time to be alive. Double the monthly player peak for The Witcher 3. Yeah, what? How many million copies has that one sold over the years? There's 9,000 people playing Starfield in the last 24 hours? Why? Have they not, like, finished the game already? That's so strange. The player peak for Starfield's actually higher than The Witcher 3. Now that is impressive. You always think of The Witcher 3 as having bigger numbers. Interesting. What are we at for Skyrim, actually? Kind of curious about these player numbers. Yeah, the console war is really going on. Oh, people, they just hate Starfield for some reason. It's like it's a passion for them or something like that. The Wolong player count? That's what I want to know about. Skyrim. Well, Starfield is 3 times more popular than Skyrim is right now. Yeah, there's only 2,900 people playing Skyrim in the last 24 hours. There was 9,000 in Starfield. Or maybe I gotta look at Skyrim Special Edition? Alright, oh no, Skyrim Special Edition's more popular. 27,000 people playing that game. Fucking Christ, move on, guys. The all-time peak is 70,000. So Starfield had a larger peak. We're really gonna have to see how Starfield does over time with sales and expansion packs and stuff like that and mods. How many awards does Starfield have? I think you need to take a break, Fighter Champ. I'm just gonna put you on a little bit of a timeout so that you can think about things. I think 10 minutes is fair. It's okay, man. I'm just gonna put you in a little bit of a timeout so you can cool down. And I'm sure we can get back to this discussion later. I hope you think about your actions in that timeout in the corner. Spider-Man. That was actually pretty entertaining that they didn't win many awards out of that one. I really like Spider-Man, but, you know, PlayStation, they gotta be a little kind of annoyed at the return on investment on that one, because it cost like $275 million to make and made like $300 million plus in sales. Like, that's a really, really tiny return on investment considering like the years it took to make that. Ugh. Gaming, it costs way too much to make these games. Also, it's amazing that it costs like $275 million to make Spider-Man 2. And like it uses the same city and like relatively the same tech. But I suppose maybe some of that budgeting went to like Spider-Man Remastered, but I think that one alone was like 60 million to do that. It's kind of like amazes me the cost of making some of these games. It's really not too sustainable. You know what? I'm using the wrong gun on this map. There we go. The groovy AK. The right gun for the right map in the right situation. So is she like taking a selfie or live streaming executing somebody? Again, I've never seen The Boys, so I don't know if that's like her thing. So is she like a new character in The Boys or one of the older superheroes? I really do not know. I'm also not really curious enough to actually go watch the show to figure it out. It's Rick Grimes. Do you think he's looking for Coral? Coral! Oh, remember we were doing that in Helldivers? There's somebody named Coral there. GTA 6. I think the views and the money I'll make covering GTA 6 are very, very exciting. The only question is whether or not Xbox makes it to that point. He went to true PlayStation Pony. I don't even know what that guy's problem is, but I hope he's thinking about things while he's timed out in the corner there. Yeah, some people don't like certain games. It's just like, people are crazy about this. Oh, The Witcher 3? I mean, that's like one of the best games ever created. Like, literally one of the best games ever made. Really, really amazing, that one. Yeah, it holds up pretty well, too. I'm going to be crying if Starfield comes to PlayStation. Yeah, okay. I mean, like, I'm worried about the Xbox platform. If Starfield comes to PlayStation, I don't think I'll cry about that specifically. Again, I'll probably be able to cover it on PlayStation, and players on PlayStation will probably be more appreciative of me covering it than I get on the Xbox side of things. Yeah. Man, it really just does get exhausting covering Xbox. It really does just suck to do. Man. You get the toxicity of people hating Xbox. You get the toxicity of people being meh towards Xbox, and even toxicity from Xbox players themselves. It's like a triple threat combo of disappointment and tiringness. I think the biggest thing from this ordeal is I'm tired. Genuinely tired. Yeah, Cyberpunk. I love Cyberpunk. People did come around on Cyberpunk. I'm hoping that's going to be the thing for Starfield. People will come around on it on the long term. That was a bad grenade. We'll see. We'll see the long-term opinion on things. What are you doing over here, little zombie? Let me end your life so that you can respawn. I mean, I kind of wanted that gun, considering I killed the zombie for it, but whatever. Whatever. Hello, Lisa. Did anyone go watch that Lisa Frankenstein movie? I mean, the box office says no, but I was curious if anyone checked that out. I'm kind of like indifferent towards going and seeing it. Yeah. I'm panicking. Yes, I'm terrified. How will I ever live if Starfield goes to PlayStation? It's the end of my life. Oh no. Yeah, no, it's great that Cyberpunk gets the love that it deserves. It is really great. Yeah, it's a nice feeling. I was like, I told you guys this game's really, really good. They just had to clean it up. That was the problem. The story was always great. It's just the foundations of it were comical. That's another thing with gaming, too. Is just like the narrative that builds up for some of these games and that. It's just so negative. Really, dude? Wish I could betray you. Was it necessary to steal my kill there? Really? That's why I don't execute people too often in this game. It looks cool, but man, people love to rob you of your kills. Yeah, I'd probably do the same to them. I'd do the same. Ooh, if we break 120 watching, I'll drop another code for you guys. Did anybody grab the Minecraft Star Wars pack? I don't know if anybody actually said they claim that now. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, you see certain members of the community with the names, and you kind of remember them because they like to do the trolling and the attacks occasionally. Yeah, it's very, very entertaining. Ba, ba, ba. Return on investment? Well, the idea of a subscription service is, yes, it cannibalizes your sales, but B, you have a steady amount of income because they're making a monthly amount off of users. That should subsidize the cost of the games. And you're also making money off of users buying like DLC and expansions, and from a shareholder perspective, the subscription is better value to your company because it's guaranteed money, month on month on month. That's the idea. And to get a subscription going, you have to take a hit and a loss early on in order to grow the numbers afterwards when you can make a profit by increasing the money and how much you earn. So like a really good example is like Costco. They have a very, very successful subscription service. The Costco membership is a subscription. So, you know, they subsidize basically the cost of things, they give you good deals and perks like the hot dog. That's the idea. So yeah, it's gonna cannibalize your sales to a degree, but the hope is that through your players buying your subscription, you get a guaranteed monthly amount of money that eventually should pay off for those games. The only problem with Game Pass is that it's not growing because they're not selling consoles. So like if you had Game Pass on PlayStation, where there's more and more PlayStation users, you'd have more and more Game Pass subscriptions being sold, and it would offset the cost of making those games, and essentially paying for those games to be made. That's the idea behind it. Yeah. What codes am I giving away? It's always a surprise. We did War Hospital, I did a Minecraft Star Wars pack, because I got like a bunch of those sitting there. Yeah. Why is the chat so wild? I don't know, man. People are all over the place. Well, you know, it is day 9 of the Xbox Death Day news, so it's like, you know, we're on a trajectory that's only going to get worse and worse. I'm sure the chaos is really going to explode on Thursday, and Thursday night stream. Should be a fun conversation. Black Ops 3. I don't really like Black Ops 3. I think we streamed it once or twice. I don't think it was very popular, and I don't like Black Ops 3 very much. Yeah. Yeah, trolls can be fun within reason, but sometimes people need to, you know, calm down and take a time out and think about what they're doing in their life. Yeah. You know, sometimes it gets a little too much. I love passion and discussion as much as the next person, but, you know, you can't take it too far. You can only take it as far as the like button on the stream. So be sure to like the stream. Subscribing's great. Donation's cool. Consider becoming channel member. Channel member gifting, the Patreon option, the Discord for stream alerts, and the Amazon Starfleet link. If you're into that, use the link. Interesting. System Shock. Weren't we supposed to get System Shock on like consoles last year? That never really happened, did it? Weird. Save Xbox. Hashtag save Xbox. Get the word out there, guys. We gotta bring the brand back together. Again, Phil Spencer didn't officially say they have no plans to stop consoles. There was a leak, so technically it is a rumor that they said they're gonna keep making consoles. I personally think they're working, I mean, we talked about this earlier in the stream. They're gonna start the gen early in like 2026 Xbox and give it one more little go. But, yeah, again, it was a rumor, a leak from IGN that Microsoft at their townhouse. You know how bad a situation is when an employer has to like tell you that that product you sell as a company is still going to be sold. That's when things are pretty bad. Yeah, they had it's called a town. I think it's a town hall is what they call it. The meeting or whatever. Townhouse meeting? No, town hall meeting. And yeah, allegedly reassured them that they're still going to make consoles, that thing that they make and sell. So it wasn't actually like an official statement or confirmation. It was just a leaked thing, a rumor that's saying that that is the case. But yeah, it's very likely that that's what he said. On the flip side of that, employees will be told all kinds of things from their employer in order to stop unrest. You know, sometimes they will come out and be like, yeah, your jobs and everything are totally cool, and then like lay you off like a few months later. So it's kind of like, you know, it's more of a calm the masses kind of thing. So not necessarily official. But I hope that it does bring you some comfort, that it does appear like they're at least saying for now that they're still doing consoles. Which again, I don't believe they're gonna stop, just clarifying a little bit there. Yeah. You mute the video every time that I do my spiel that allows me to potentially make money to support the content I do here? Wow. Thanks for letting me know that. Maybe I should just start injecting ads in all these streams and stuff. Fucking Christ, man. People really are the worst. Wow. Wow. That pigeon did really well there. This map couldn't get any more chaotic. I actually haven't played this map when there's not zombies on it. I don't even know like what this map is like without zombies on it. Thursday gonna be an announcement? They're gonna do a podcast and Phil Spencer's gonna drop his album. He's gonna be like, you know, here's my sick beats. I just wanted to get the Xbox fam out here to listen to my mixtape. That's what it's all about. You're gonna hear it first. It's gonna be like U2. You know, you're gonna get that big annoying Xbox splash screen like they do when new games come out. And they're gonna be like, listen to Phil Spencer's mixtape now through Xbox Game Pass. It'll be like U2 and you can't get rid of it. Or am I dating myself by referencing that joke? It's probably a pretty old thing now, isn't it? I don't know how many of you were alive when they were doing that. Any new Tinder stories? None at the moment. I've been too busy with all this crap. Yeah. Why Thursday? They like Thursday. Any Call of Duty codes? Oh, who's to say? Actually, I don't know if I have any COD codes. I have like a stack. There's like, you know, like 30 or 40 codes of different games sitting there. It's more of a fun surprise that you kind of get what you get. Sometimes it's an indie game, sometimes it's a big game. You never really know unless I'm feeling spicy and want to send you something good. Yeah. Besides, they're free games. I don't know what the complaint is. These guys running around with knives is so annoying. It's like when I was a child, they used to do that in the older CODs. You run with the akimbo, not the akimbo, the commando lunge. Yeah. He's Diablo 4 addicted. We gotta go back on that and like checking up on what Phil Spencer's streaming. Or not streaming, sorry, playing. What's Phil Spencer up to today? Vampire Survivors, by the gods. Must be really annoying trying to like complete a game like Vampire Survivors and they just keep adding new stuff to it, new achievements. It pisses me off to no end. It's like, I just finished this game. Unbelievable. So does anyone know if the zombies are actually worth killing from like an XP perspective? Then again, XP doesn't really matter. It's more about battle pass progression. I don't really care about leveling. Really leveling the battle pass. They nerfed the knife lunge. Well, that's good. That's good indeed. 3 years into this gen. I mean, that's pretty far into the gen. Any Redfall codes? Sadly, I can confirm I don't have any Redfall codes. I wish I did because that would be comical to give you guys at this time. How many maps did they add? I think there's something like 3 new maps, maybe 4, and I believe they might have added some maps for Modern Warfare 2.2, but I'm not certain because I haven't seen any of them in Hordepoint yet. So there might be some returning levels from the previous one as well, but I can't confirm because I haven't seen any in the rotation. Oh, I like Planet Zoo. I really want to play that one. Need to email about that. As I did say earlier, though, tomorrow will be Tomb Raider and I think Skull and Bones for the stream, maybe? I'm supposed to get the early edition. I think it unlocks tomorrow night, but I have to download it, so I don't know how much space it's going to take up. Yeah. No, yeah, no, it'll be a slow progressional death. That's how it always is. Alright. How are we doing on this battle pass? 35. Oh my god, it takes forever. I like the vault thing where it like cuts your battle pass time in half. Ugh, that's the dream. Who did I just play as? Was it Firecracker or was I playing as Rick Grimes? Crap, I can't remember. Was it Rick? Can tell with the chaos. Anyways, we're gonna skip Rick. We're gonna go back to Lara Croft.
Copy that.
We're starting the cycle fresh. You guys want Skeletor? Nah, nobody wants Skeletor. Tomb Raider? Yeah, I'm excited to do Tomb Raider, the first quadruple. Again, it probably legitimately is the first quadruple A game, considering it took like 10 years to release. So the budget probably is that ridiculous. Backing out, you have a good one, man. You get your rest. Long ass day. You need more than 3 hours of sleep, my friend. You need more than 3 hours. Yeah. Try the new guns. I've been debating trying Firecracker's gun, but I don't really know what it is. Is there a way I can see her bundle? And I don't mean her assets, I mean like what she comes with.
Welcome to the show, folks.
Oh, she's got a bio. That's not a bio. Doesn't tell me anything. How's that even a bio? What's Lara Croft's bio? That's not even... That doesn't tell me anything. Where do I see her pack? I want to see what she like. I think she's got a gun she comes with. Killing zombies gets my score trees faster. Yeah, I know that, but nah. Rather just kill people and get it done.
Secure the target
Yeah.
area.
I don't know, man. That's the biggest thing. It's just the chaos of this whole situation. Seeing the community implode over a couple days. Really shows you how fast everything can just burn to the ground. Because I do think they've probably lost quite a few core like followers over this Xbox. I think they'll lose more over time, and it's like... Yeah, they didn't do a very good job of covering a gushing wound. It really reminds me and mirrors of the Xbox One launch, where everything just kind of... Well, I guess not even the launch, the announcement of the Xbox One, where things were just getting worse and worse and worse. And at least there, they were making some statements and, you know, going back on things and changing stuff up. But now you're just sitting here in, like, this animated suspense waiting for, like... something to happen, and it's just like you're left hanging. I feel like they should have come up with a better term though instead of business update. They should have called it unveiling the future of Xbox or something. Sugarcoat it a little bit more. I wonder if we could get this actress for an interview. That would be cool. Oh yeah, interviews-wise, it looks like we might be getting the guy that does Cloud Strife for an interview, possibly. The email I got sounds pretty like, yeah, but not till later, but sounds pretty good. That is maybe going to be a thing, so look forward to that, and
Switching mags.
obviously trying to pursue more interviews when I can, so always look forward to those on the channel. And if you haven't watched the existing interviews, you know, it's always good to support those so the numbers look better and we get more. Most recently was like Minthara from Baldur's Gate, Lazel from Baldur's Gate, Cyberpunk, Rore, Female V, and Longbird. So pretty good interviews, what can I say?
Enemy KIA. Markers been in. I'm getting lit up.
But yeah, aggressively trying to get more of those this year too. We regretted leaving the console market? Oh, probably. Just like Disney being like Windows Phone shutter. You know, like Disney being like, oh, you know, these consoles or this gaming industry, we can't afford to ignore it. And it's like, you were in it like 6 years ago. You bailed. It's like, what? I mean, they say whatever sounds good for the time, right? No, but I think long term, way down the line, Microsoft will probably, you know, documentaries be like they'll regret how things kind of turned out for the for gaming and consoles and stuff. I do think they had an opportunity to do very well in it, and they never really executed on that vision. Xbox, do you have development hell? I think there's bad management at Xbox. I've said that for a few years now. I think the management at Xbox isn't very good. I know they're like really hands-off, but I do think you need to have like a bit of a balance of hands-off and hands-on so that you don't get things like Redfall. And it's like there's one thing between allowing your team to execute their vision, and there's another thing of making sure the games actually get out the door in a timely manner. Xbox needed big games. That's why they announced all that stuff, and they needed people to come in and develop those big games, so it makes sense why they were things like State of Decay 3 Everwild were announced so early. But at the same time, it's kind of like you need to be able to execute on those visions, or have people in place that do eventually get those games out the door. Or when those games do get out the door, they need to be high-quality big games that people want to buy and play. And it's like, you know, it's okay if a game takes a little bit longer, if it's going to be a mega hit for you. The thing is, a lot of the Xbox games that come out the door are like, some of them are a little half-baked, or at a point where it's kind of like, if this had a bit more support and time to it, it would have been way better. And I think that's a problem. So yeah, I don't necessarily blame the studios, I think it is more the management of it. Because if I was running things like 343, I wouldn't have let run like it did for so long. Like, people should have been removed from there a lot sooner. How did that make it out of development? Well, the story, I guess, for Redfall goes that Phil Spencer was hands-off. The developers were praying that Xbox would see the game and cancel it. Apparently Phil Spencer was just like, yeah, do whatever you want, guys. Can't wait to see what you do with it. And, yeah. You know, I love to always joke, I'm like, if you spent 5 minutes less playing Vampire Survivors and 5 minutes, you know, that 5 minutes playing Redfall, you would have been like, oh wow, we can't release this. Imagine how bad that game looked when it was, like, a year, because it got delayed a year. Like, Starfield and Redfall got delayed a year. Starfield shouldn't have had as many crashes as it did with that extra year of development. But, like, imagine how bad Redfall was a year prior. Like, goddamn, that game barely functioned when I streamed it all, and that was hell to play through. But, like, you know, what did that extra year of polishing actually do for that game? Like, how bad of a state was it the year prior? Same with, like, Halo Infinite. It's like, that game came out honestly kind of rough. I think the reviewers were way too kind on Halo Infinite. Other reviewers. I think my score, I hold firm to my score. I think I gave it like a 7.5 or something. It just wasn't very good. But, you know, it's kind of just like, you know, what the hell happened? Like, why did it you know, that kind of extra dev time. I was like, what did that go towards? Also, since it took 7 years and that was the Halo they put together, and I was missing all these features. It's so bizarre. Very, very bizarre. Yeah. Skybot doesn't do jokes to my knowledge, but it'll make funny references to things you say. I think you can do like exclamation commands, and you can get a whole list of the commands that Skybot can do. PS5 Pro. PS5 Pro should be capable of Starfield at 60, I would imagine. Yeah, freedom is great within reason. The whole point of like a creative, like, okay, so gaming is an art. You know, it's an art form. Well, not gaming, but like game development is an art form, right? Like movies, like music. And it's like, there needs to be a balance. You know, you gotta have... Like, hands-off, I think, is a great thing for creatives. Within reason, right? Like, if you, like, totally hands-off, you get things like the Zack Snyder movies recently. But, like, it needs to be a fine balance where it's like, okay, I'm letting you guys execute your vision. They need people that can guide them to execute their vision. But you've also got to have someone that sits there and is kind of like quality control. You know, is this game turning out like it's supposed to? Is this game coming together? Is this functionally going to work for people when it releases? And it's like, Redfall was just a mess. Yeah, Thursday's the big day, Thomas. It's a coming. Ooh, we almost cracked the 120 watching, guys. There was a code almost right there for you. Anyways, it's been a while. Be sure to like the stream. Subscribing's great. Donation's cool. Consider becoming channel member. Channel member gifting. The Patreon option and the Discord for stream alerts, chatter, and great times. Also the Amazon Star affiliate link. If you're grabbing anything on Amazon, use the link. Easy ways to support the riveting content. Yeah. TV sales are declining. Well, TV sales, we've talked about this a lot. It's a saturated market. So they've kind of reached the maximum amount of sales. So TV sales went like really high, probably about 10-ish years ago, because TVs became so affordable that people have multiple TVs in their house. You know, traditionally you had like 1, maybe 2 TVs in your house. Nowadays, you know, frickin' there's a screen in every room. Like, I have a big 50-something inch in my bedroom, and I never even turned it on. But I have it there. Mostly because I replaced it. Like, that's my TV that I replaced with this, you know, TV that I game with now. But, like, you know, TVs are so affordable. That's why they're moving into more doing monitors and stuff now, or, like, alternative, like, weird screens. Like, you'll see screens that are for, like, the outdoors, or you'll see, like, I think it's called the Seraph, where it's, like, more of an artsy TV, or... I think that Samsung calls it the wall. It's like an art kind of... Like, they're trying different types of screens because they've themselves saturated the TV market by making it so affordable to get TVs. So now people have screens in, like, every room in their house, right? And it's like, well, they don't need new TVs. These TVs last years. It's like, what's the point of upgrading, right? To the common consumer. So that's why TV sales have kind of peaked. Phone sales, too, are at that point. And phone sales still do well. Yeah, phone sales still like hundreds of millions of units every year. But that's saturated because phones have gotten really good and the feature improvements are really negligible year on year. So now people hold on to their phones longer because there's no upgrading point. So that's another market that's become saturated, and that's why they're chasing the foldables or the new, you know, different types of phones, right, to try to sell in a new way, the pivot. It's called pivoting. So that kind of explains that. Yep. No starve. Oh, baby. Always optimistic. Yeah, back for Codfest. The no death of Xbox stream? Oh, that's adorable. That's adorable. Yeah, it does. Like, I think, honestly, at the end of the day, Microsoft and Xbox, they just don't really know how to manage gaming publishers or manage a gaming studio. See, that is technically the beauty of buying a publisher like Bethesda or Activision and Blizzard and stuff, is that theoretically, in buying these publishers, you can be hands-off because these companies existed before you owned them, and they were able to manage themselves fine. So the general goal of buying a publisher, like if you buy a developer, you have to add that to your publishing house and you have to manage them. But if you buy a publisher and you keep their infrastructure separate and allow them to function as their own company, theoretically they should be able to guide themselves and produce quality products that they've been doing prior, which is why you wanted to buy them in the first place, right? So that's generally the goal of buying a publisher. It's just so happens that Xbox bought Bethesda at a bit of an awkward situation with Redfall and all that, and the extra delays needed. Man, how the hell was Bethesda gonna get Starfield out on multiple platforms and Redfall out on multiple platforms without more technical issues? Could you imagine Redfall if they also had to release on PS5? Like, that game would have been like, well, I mean, it was already Gollum quality, but it would have been at Gollum parity, basically. Yeah. A retro stream, and don't say in this economy. A retro stream in this economy? But I mean, technically we should be streaming Tomb Raider this week, so that would be a retro game. You guys are gonna deal with me being incredibly frustrated at the platforming in old Tomb Raider games. It's gonna be very funny. Very, very funny. Like, I was trying to shoot comparison footage today, and Tomb Raider 2, man, oh my god. Oh, the platforming. Oh man, the platforming. That game is a game of its era. But anyways, very excited for the Tomb Raider remastered review tomorrow, I think. You guys are maybe going to enjoy it? Maybe, yeah, maybe. Gollum was abysmal. I hated Gollum. Xbox to share? Again, it's not sharing. You know, they're not the Care Bears. You know, like Xbox, they're not the Care Bears. It's not sharing, it's caring. They're a business. That's always the funny thing too. People are like, "Oh, Xbox is gonna share some of their games, and then PlayStation will share theirs back," and it's like, no, no, that's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. Fable? Fable will be really good when it comes out. Playground, they do a great job. They got some of the some big names from Fable that, like, you know, from Lionhead that made the original Fables. And then Playground's making it. If you've played Forza Horizon, you know, usually, because, like, yeah, Playground, they make the Forza Horizon games, and their games are usually, at least from my experience, maybe not on the PC side of things, I've heard, but from the console side of things, you know, Forza Horizon always comes out really well polished, really good looking, full of features. I have very, very high confidence in Fable. Very, very high confidence whenever it does come out. Yeah. Maybe Xbox sees something we don't. I don't know, man. I've just, from what I've seen from Xbox over the last 10 years, I think I see a lot that they don't see. Yeah. You never thought you'd have a 65-inch 4K on your wall. See, that's the thing, is like, it's so affordable. Especially when there's, like, sales going on, like sale seasons. You can plop frickin' screens everywhere, dude. Everywhere. Costs nothing. We've had that. Was it Zero? I don't know. Zero's still here. Yeah, he's in the game. I think I had that chat with him maybe like a couple years back, where I was like, man, you have no idea. Like, TVs, when I was young, I bought my first TV at like 16 or something like that. It was like $1,400 Canadian for like a 40-inch 1080p screen, and the smart features didn't even work. Should have probably returned it to get smart features, but I didn't care about the smart features. Yeah, I have an Xbox and stuff, so it plays all the smart features, right? But, like, you know, the TVs are freaking, like, so cheap now. Even the high-end TVs are cheaper than they used to be back in the day. So affordable. Gaming is doomed. I mean, gaming will keep going on fine if Xbox doesn't exist. I mean, you know, you game everywhere, right? The bunny? How's Roxy the bunny doing there? Plays like Tomb Raider Anniversary from what you've seen. Well, I can't comment about the quality of Tomb Raider. That's the thing that kind of pissed me off today. Oh, sub base? More like no thank you base. You know, like, this is like, they changed the embargo, so it's tomorrow for Tomb Raider. But I'm like, I'm seeing all these companies releasing videos today on Tomb Raider Remastered, and I'm like, the fuck? You know, I was told Wednesday, so I've got my schedule set up so I can make my content for Wednesday. I get an email this morning like, we're moving up the date, and I was like, oh, maybe they were really confident in it. And then I go on YouTube, and there's all these videos of Tomb Raider Remastered, and I was like, what the... Really a piss off, because I'm like, you know, it's like they're getting a jump on me for coverage, even though it's like I've been told this is the date, and I'm like... Yeah, I try to schedule this stuff. It's not expensive for TVs, man. They are so affordable. NVIDIA? Yeah, well, I mean, NVIDIA, they make, you know, the GPUs, and they make a lot of the freaking high-end tech for companies and stuff. What is it? The tensor cores and stuff, because they're in the smart cars and super manufacturing, and yeah, so it makes sense in NVIDIA is larger. It's amazing that they're larger than a commerce company, but I get that. Yeah, NVIDIA, I said for years, NVIDIA is a good company to buy stocks in. Great value. Yeah. Great value. I wish I wasn't trying to buy a house and was instead trying to, like, just play the stock market, because I probably have a lot of money sitting there. Yep. Sucks to suck. Let's bring out the Toque Force. The gold matches her bedazzled armbands. Yeah. She looks so cool, I think. Bright white, though. That makes you stand out awkwardly. Just a little bit. God damn it. I don't know, it's like, it's a crazy week, honestly. Dude, you're like blocking my shots. I'm trying to shoot not at you, but through you. Like it's dodgeball. You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. I think they're ever gonna make like one of those 10, 20 year too late sequels to Dodgeball. You know, those crappy like 10, 20-year-old too late updates or sequels. I think we talked about that. Weren't they talking about doing a Dodgeball sequel?
Let's never do that.
I don't know if you guys remember that movie at all. It's actually kind of fun.
Taking fire. I won't go down that easy.
You tell him, Starlight.
Do it again, and I
I've seen her do that too with the executions. She does actually burn people's faces off. I don't think you're supposed to use an RPG in a tiny area. Should I fight for the Juggernaut? We are at the beginning of the match. I could try to go for the Juggernaut. Throw down some ammo and see if I get like a grenade kill or something. I'm stuck here in this small closet. I guess it's more like a furnace room than a closet, isn't it? Or is this like a washing room? Oh, they got their washer dryer in here. Is that, are they making a comment about them washing money in this room? Is that what's happening here?
changing mags.
Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can get the Juggernaut going on. Got the whole match to use the gunship, so it's not like I'm in a rush to, you know, would die or anything. Oh, there's the Juggernaut. Is there like a nuke in this game? Could I theoretically go for the nuke? If I wanted to? I don't know if the nuke's an actual thing though. Should I go for the... I'm gonna use the gunship first, I think. Let's use the gunship. Can I take you higher? Yeah, man. Lots of people were misbehaving, Vaylander. We had a huge fight. I had to time somebody out for 10 minutes. I was so emotional about it, I couldn't believe it. So if I blow up a bunch of zombies with the like AC-130, do I get like a lot of XP? Oh, it does count for like 40. I don't see any zombies anywhere though. I don't see even any players. Did we like make the other team quit? No, they're all out there. Is this this have a nuke in it? What does washing money do? It's a joke because you wash money to like clean it so that it's like legal, and then that's why it's on the washing machine, is because they're like washing money. That's the joke.
Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area.
Target area marked. Clear.
Okay, how the hell am I gonna Cullen and Juggernaut on this map? Let me get myself some ammo.
Ammo here.
Enemies inside the perimeter.
Yeah, was that Snoop Dogg that just walked by?
We've lost half the field. Fight back.
I'm like, can I? Is the nuke a thing? Like, I don't know if the nuke's an actual thing in this. I'll just go die anyways, and I'll be fine. Yeah. So how do I call in the Juggernaut? Just throw it in the corner, like pray somebody doesn't kill me? Because I feel like this is a map where you get freaking smoked by people. I hate that the Juggernaut's like a package you have to pick up.
Taking effective fire.
What am I doing? I'm kicking ass and chewing bubble gum. And I'm all out of gum. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Man, I am just kicking ass in this match, dude. I died. I got him. I'm gonna have a good KD on this match. Apple GPUs and consoles. I don't think Apple's gonna ever do consoles and gaming. They barely care about gaming. There's an alternate history though, where like Microsoft didn't like buy Bungie out from underneath Apple's grasps, and you know, Apple was a serious gaming company, but they're not. Technically, they're actually one of the biggest gaming companies, gaming businesses. But that's because they own the App Store, so I don't know if that necessarily counts, but yeah, technically Apple is one of the biggest gaming companies, quote unquote, because of the sales they make off of gaming apps in their store. Same with Google, yeah, because the Android App Store and stuff. You always miss the drama, right? And with the red card, well, sometimes people need to get timed out. It is what it is. Why does Microsoft need $3 trillion? Well, I mean, they don't have $3 trillion. They've got a market cap. So a market cap. So I think they have like 100 billion on cash. I don't know how much money they have on cash anymore because obviously they just bought Activision Blizzard, right? But like, so companies, they have X amount of dollars on hand, and then they can raise money to, you know, for buying stuff and R&D and blah blah blah. But like they have like a market cap. So a market cap is determined by the value of a company and their stocks. This is just really like a basic terminology, is people pay to own a part of Microsoft, and then based on the perceived value of the market and how much people are willing to pay for something, as in a stock, is generally the value of said company. Hence the market cap. Yeah. Yeah, I hope Ultimate's alright too. I haven't seen him in the chat the last few nights. He did say he was sick and had a headache and stuff. It was hard for him to create screenshots, so I do hope he's okay and comes back soon. Yeah. He's got great screenshots in the Discord, guys. And he's always appreciated. I hope he knows that. Didn't get much XP out of that. So how did I do last match for kills? 35. I feel like I killed more people, no? I mean, I had like an AC-130. Maybe I'm just not as good as I thought I was. Yeah, didn't I get like 8 kills in there with the minigun going pop, 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 pop. Yeah. The chat's glitched. Well, I mean, you can try resetting the stream. I was also having networking issues too, and I'm sure that didn't help anything either. Yeah, hello there, folks. On this, the day of the Xbox dying again. Dun, dun, dun. Day 9. It's day 34 of the Xbox dying. Things are grim. We're running out of food in the trenches of the gaming war. The leader, Phil Spencer, has left us for dead, saying a business meeting will come and save our lives. The world is on fire, and we're just trying to keep up with it. Just like I'm trying to keep up with your likes on the stream. Subscribing's great, donations cool. Consider becoming a channel member today, tomorrow, or whenever you feel like it. There's channel member gifting, the Patreon option, the Discord for stream alerts, and the Amazon Starfield link. If you're into that, use the link. Greece. I kind of warmed up to this map, but I still think the color palette is really boring. Yeah. Really, really genuinely boring color palette. Yeah, he had a bad headache ultimate, which is why I hope he's okay. Because he was like literally saying he's like, it's so hard to even take screenshots and stuff, so he needed a day. Some people, you know, I don't expect people to be on the stream all the time. It's just like, you do worry if somebody's not been here for a while, because then after they say they're sick, right? Because then you go, oh, I hope they're alright. You guys ready to get some ass kicking going on?
Secure the target area. Target area located.
Looks like we're just not going to be able to cap or break that 120 cap, guys. If we do break 120 launch, and I do have an Xbox code for some game for you guys.
We've taken the lead.
I'm sure the, What? How was that non-execution on that guy? I took him from behind. But yeah, I'm sure the Thursday stream will be popular. And like I said, guys, it looks like we're gonna be live reacting to the Xbox special event Xbox Business Update podcast on Thursday. We're gonna be live reacting to a podcast, so that's where we're at these days. It's gonna be like E3. But the stakes are gonna be so low. Nice job, Snoop. I like Snoop more on Vanguard, where he was doing the dope kind of bluff thing. It was kind of cool.
You done messed up on that. Murder. Dead on the spot.
Why am I so good at this mode? What is that sound? You guys feel like there's like a music? That's weird. Live reacting to a podcast, right?
Enemies inside the perimeter.
Isn't that strange? Like, how did we even get to this point? Like, it's so grim for Xbox, so you have to do a live podcast reaction. I guess that's just gonna mostly me being sitting there being like, ooh, ah. And then, like, chatting about it afterwards. So here's what this means, guys.
Murder. Dead on the spot.
Hardpoint relocating. Stand by target area. Update.
Damn it. Zombies got me. 2024 is the year of Xbox. Yeah, it all kicks off with a business update. I do wonder what kind of little thing they'll give us in order to, like, sweeten it up a bit. It's either going to be some kind of mention of the Activision thing on Game Pass, or maybe they'll confirm a console coming down the road.
We've got half the field. Fight back.
You know how lame it would be for the announcement of another Xbox being on the approach, being from a podcast? Just so you guys are aware, we are doing another Xbox. It'll be 2026, so prepare for that. Yeah, it's getting revealed in a podcast. I guess at least that would give us, what, 2 years of speculating on hardware and stuff? That would be fun. 2 years of podcasting. All 3 Xbox heads in the podcast? Well, that means it's going to be some pretty serious news if you get all of the heads of Xbox together in one little thing, right?
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
I can't wait to see how friendly they appear. We really should make an Xbox Doomsday bingo card. If I put one together, I'll throw it on the community tab. Maybe for channel members. Call it Xbox Doomsday Bingo. Probably shouldn't be too hard to make an Xbox Doomsday Bingo card, right? Probably generated online. Maybe 2 minutes. PlayStation? PlayStation's doing really well. PS5 sales are doing very good. Xbox dying, Xbox Series X gameplay. Yeah, there's something about the naming conventions for these streams that's getting a little ridiculous. Like I said, I think we're on day 9 of Death News. We have more Death News live streams than we have freaking Starfield episodes at this point. Man, I miss streaming Starfield. That was so fun. I had such a good time doing that. What do you think the requirements are going to be for Starfield? Are we going to have to, like, have prestige so many times? That's a really good question how that's going to work. Same with Diablo. I'm a little worried about the big expansion for Diablo not having, like, a character that's, like, leveled and ready to go for that. Yeah. Do I prefer the Xbox controller? Yeah, I do like the Xbox controller more, yep. I just wish it had the innovative features, which I do believe we are getting an updated Xbox controller this year that should have some of those features, you know, like the haptic, or advanced haptics, it's mostly the advanced haptics. Oh, the quietness. Yeah, that's the big thing I want, is just a quieter Xbox controller, so I'm hoping that's going to be a thing. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I was pretty surprised his Zarcaster came back. I thought he was gone. Well, you know, some people say they're leaving and then they keep coming there. I've got one guy who says really angry, passive-aggressive, like, asshole-ish things to me in comments on YouTube. I don't react to any of them because I know this guy is just wild. And he's like, what was it? I can't believe you acted like this or something like that in one of the recent video. And he's like, I'm done supporting you, you freaking all this like terrible stuff. And then like 2 weeks later, he's just like, I don't like what you did, but I'm here watching stuff. And I was just like, yeah, okay. It's like, whatever, man. Can't win sometimes, right? Can't win sometimes. Palworld? 200 million sales for PlayStation 5? I don't think so. I think people underestimate how hard that 150 million cap is for consoles. Phones do like hundreds of millions every year. Consoles take like 8 years to do like 150. I don't see the PS5 selling 200 million. I could be wrong, but I don't see it. Like, it's selling well, but I don't think it's selling that well. Gotta keep in mind, too, to acquire or hit the sales numbers that it did hit, they did have to, like, you know, have sales all the time last year to do that. It's no doubt that the PS5 will be one of the top-selling consoles, but yeah, I don't see it cracking 200. It'd be interesting if it did, but I don't see it. Skull and Bones. Heaters are still views. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Take your views when you can get them, right? But yeah, Skull and Bones should be tomorrow. Yeah, it should be tomorrow. Like, I talked with my Ubisoft guy today, and he said it's the Super Duper or whatever edition, which I believe the servers go live tomorrow. So unless they have some kind of weird server issue or something, or I don't get it downloaded in time, it should be tomorrow. The PS5 Pro advertising the GTA 6, I still don't see 200 million. Bundle it with COD. Oh god, could you imagine Xbox owning Call of Duty and it gets bundled with PlayStation? Ah, yeah, it's like depressing being on this platform sometimes. Did you guys see Taylor Swift slam down her beer at the Super Bowl? It's freaking awesome. Freaking awesome, man. I want to party with that lady. She looks like she gets down and drinks. I'm going with the Hurricane to deliver the Hurricane. What about Sea of Thieves? Well, we'll cover Sea of Thieves when it comes to PlayStation and Nintendo Switch.
Secure the target area. Target area
Lethal
located.
going out.
Secure the
Tactical
hardpoint.
out.
They'll probably have crossplay, so we can stream it with our buddy Kevin there.
Fire.
Yeah. Well, pro consoles are typically a little bit more niche for sales. Going off of how well the PS5 Pro sold, or PS4 Pro sold in comparison to PS4. Again, yeah, I'm sorry, I do not see 200 million PS5 sales being possible. Unless, like, the sales of it accelerate crazily, yeah. And that's not, you know, again, it's gonna sell very well, it'll probably hit the 150 mark, but 200 I think is a little far-fetched. Unless there's an insane uptick suddenly, or some kind of crazy legendary game that pushes consoles, or a crazy sale price they're able to sustain for a long time, at least, yeah.
We have taken the lead.
I think consoles, they just kind of peak at around 150, and that's like the best they can do.
We've lost the lead.
Because they're still chasing PS2 sale numbers, and it's like 20 years on, right?
Hardpoint relocated. Stand by.
Yeah.
Move to the hardpoint.
In 4K? I don't think, no, I the TV stream or whatever I watched it at was only like 1080, so. Oh, no, maybe it was a 4K feed. No, it was probably from the US, right? So, I don't know if it was a 4K feed or not.
Secure the area.
Well, I think it's fastest selling because of pandemic issues increased the acceleration of how fast people were buying things in a window of time.
I'm hit. Close one.
But yeah, I don't think the projections are 200 million. Again, you gotta remember they had a lot of sales last year to help pump up those numbers too. I mean, it'd be great for business if it does 200 million, but I just don't realistically see it. It would be healthy for the console industry, and it would maybe show that consoles are console part of the gaming industry, and it would show that maybe consoles do have longer longevity to them. Have more longevity to them. That's better wording on that. But yeah, it's 200 million. I don't see it. Don't see it.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Xbox exclusive game from Kojima won't be as exclusive as you think it is.
Inside the perimeter.
Yeah. At the end of the day, Taylor Swift won big, guys. She won the Super Bowl. Her album made tons of money. Her concert tour made tons of money. She got a lot of money from Disney for a concert, and she made money with a concert being in theaters. Taylor Swift just wins. That's all she does. I mean, hell, I'd be slamming multiple beers if I was winning that much. Hell, she could probably retire tomorrow and be set for life, well beyond the means of everyone there on the stream put together. Taylor Swift wins. She's like that guy in Succession. Yeah, you see the GIF memes. A handheld being the future of console gaming? People seem to like the hybrid concept, so maybe? I don't know. Well, see, my thing is, theoretically, the Switch should be selling more than it has. And you say, that's crazy, the Switch has sold really well. But, like, technically, the Switch is the combination of the handheld plus the console market for Nintendo. Because you gotta remember, Nintendo used to do a home console and a handheld console. So, like, technically you should have both audiences coming together, and it should be selling even more of the Switch. So, like, it's hard to say, like, you know, sure, maybe a company copies Nintendo and they make their console a handheld. I don't know if that necessarily means that they're gonna find huge success in it. You gotta remember, outside of the Switch, handhelds are very, very niche. they're very, very talked about. They're very highly like discussed, but you know, like Steam, again, the Steam Deck has like what, maybe a couple million sales. Like, it's pretty small fry stuff. It's a very, very niche thing. People are liking them and very positive about them, but that doesn't mean that it's like commonplace. I do like the idea of being able to dock and whatnot, but as I've said in the past, for me, it's, you know, I don't do that kind of gaming on the go. For other people that like work, you know, jobs or go to school or something, like work jobs where they go somewhere in office and whatnot, it's like, yeah, for commutes and everything like that, I'm sure the Switch is great, or you go to an event or something like that. But when I'm out and about, I'm like, you know, doing what I'm doing out and about, I'm not playing games, so it doesn't really benefit me. It is a cool concept, though, being able to take it and then dock it and stuff. So I could see maybe hybrid-type consoles, but I don't really see handhelds specifically being the future of console gaming. Maybe an accessory to console gaming. Because we're close enough for like the two to kind of be similar again. Ice Spice? I think she just, all I saw was her asking questions, so she didn't know what that was happening at all.
Friendly UAV on station.
Yeah. The next Nintendo? Yeah, the next Nintendo console is going to be about the same as the Switch, just a beefed up version of the Switch. We already have pretty clear, like, information on, like, the internals for the next Nintendo console are like pretty well known relatively. So yeah, it's gonna be another Switch-like entity. But that's, we lost by 2. God damn it! As I said, I think basically the whole stream it is like, you know, I think people a little overstate how many handhelds are out there just because it's so positively talked about, and you got to go more for the sales numbers, and they're not insanely high for handhelds. Like, they're good for a new product. I don't want people to get mad at me and be like, oh, you know, handhelds are doing blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, they're doing okay, but it's niche. Also, yeah, Skull and Bones tomorrow again, if that wasn't clarified. Yeah. Hordepoint on Wasteland. Nah, I don't think so. Kind of like a no thanks on that. I unlocked Rupture. Woo! Should have cared more about the stuff in the Battle Pass. Especially just the COD coins I'm after. Oh, the COD coins are the 5th tier on that one? Oh, that sucks. Oh, the COD coins are right available there. That's good. 37%. Yeah, I have to do like what, 8 streams of this to actually finish this if I wanted to. Eh. Switch set the standard for consoles? I think they did something creative and interesting, and it kind of saved Nintendo. Yeah. Because you gotta remember, the Wii U did really bad. That is the greatest counterpoint for any person that's just like, oh, God, Magic killed Xbox and stuff. It's like, they had 11 years, and Nintendo bounced back from the Wii U. The Xbox One never hit the lows that the Wii U hit. Because the Wii U was like 15 million units, and the Xbox One was like 50 million. 55 or something like that? But like, you know, Xbox never hit the lows that Nintendo did. Even in this gen, when they're getting their asses kicked, they're still like doubling the Wii U. Can you imagine how depressing it would be covering Xbox if they only had like 50 million console sales? Ugh. Well, I guess that's kind of the Series X, isn't it? It's like probably about that, roughly. Yeah. Well, as I've said before, we got a great moderating staff here. That's why we have so many great moderators, and they just cut down on that crap quickly. But hopefully the moderators don't cut down on you guys liking the stream. Subscribing's great, donation's cool. Consider becoming the channel member that you were considering. There's the Patreon option, channel member gifting, the Amazon store affiliate link. Oh, and the Discord if you're, you know, wanting to chat with people, there's the whole Discord. Yeah, because I guess Ultimate, he's just been right offline on the Discord too, right? He hasn't even been on there. Naughty Dog, yeah, they're working on a new fantasy IP. I'm very excited to see what that looks like. Now it's together. Like, are you talking about Trampoline by Kiro Benito? I think that's what they're called, right? The ones who did the Bugsnax song? Jump, jump, jump around. The trampoline song is adorable. If you believe, you can jump higher on the trampoline, guys. Elite zombies? That's just not economical.
Secure the area.
They're gunning for me.
Changing mags.
You tell him, Arbiter. I can't believe this game's actually... You know, this COD might actually end up with one of the most stacked voice casts, like, out of any video game.
Inside the perimeter.
Because Fortnite, they don't do talking, do they? So, like... Yeah, technically, if they keep adding, like, big characters to this game, they might have one of the most stacked voice casts in gaming. So they got Bruce Campbell, they got Keith David here, and they got the voice who's always done Lara Croft. I don't know her name off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of the other characters. Characters from The Boys. They've got Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead. This is actually pretty crazy selection, isn't it? And we're just getting started. Making people disappear. Yeah, we do have a special force that removes people from the chat that are bad actors.
Check fire.
It's a thankless job. Except Skybot can thank them. Skybot does that sometimes. The Elder Scrolls 6. Yeah, I mean, I hope it's crazy. I was kind of counting on it being a big Xbox exclusive that I could cover, but who knows at that point, right? Life is going to be so different now. Your gaming on Xbox will irreversibly be changed on Thursday. Yeah. Because of the title? I don't know. I think we did. Didn't we do another Call of Duty stream that wasn't focused 100% on the death of Xbox, and that one did about the same? I'm trying to think of the numbers I did yesterday for stream, and I don't think that was the death of Xbox One. What did we do yesterday? What the fuck is that guy wearing? God, I can't even remember. We did Resident Evil. That one did pretty well. Yeah, that one capped it over 100. I don't think there was anything about death of Xbox that night. That was fun, actually. I kind of enjoyed Resident Evil 3. I mean, it was quick, but it's kind of fun. 4 hours, not too bad. Kind of the ideal campaign length for me, though. Something I can do in a sitting and have a fun time with. Yeah. Yeah. COD streams? Modern Warfare 2.2 was insanely popular. Modern Warfare 3.2 struggled a bit more for interest from people. I'd say this COD from like a views perspective, like overall, is slightly underperforming compared to Vanguard and Modern Warfare 2.2. But I think Vanguard technically had the hop off because of COVID times, and Modern Warfare 2.2 people are really excited because of Modern Warfare. Whereas this one is about the same as last year's. And really bad reception and stuff like that too from people, so yeah, this one hasn't been like it does okay, but it hasn't been as popular as those ones prior. I'm thinking Black Ops this year will be really, really popular because it's a new Black Ops and there hasn't been one in a while. And it should be a Game Pass title, hopefully still. Guess we'll find out on Thursday. And yeah, that should technically prop up the numbers really high. Yeah. People should be seeing the doctor once a year. That is a very good point. But it is harder in some countries where it costs, you know, money and stuff. The irony of here, I can go to the doctor whenever I want to, but I don't really choose to. Because, you know, time and inconvenience. Probably they should get a physical at some point, honestly. That's a really good note to make there, Suko. You're absolutely right.
Silent.
People do have the option to should see the doctor occasionally just to make sure everything's good.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Should have put that on my clip of things to do, is go get like a physical checkup at some point.
Enemies inside the perimeter.
Although, I guess technically I should be in relatively good shape because I did get everything checked out for my knee, and that was 2 years ago? It's still a while back, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, all the blood work and the scans and all that, so... But things do change fast in the human body.
Enemy UAV active.
Ugh. A proper battlefield? Well, the next battlefield you'll get in 2025. Probably October, November.
The mission's complete. Good
Yeah.
work.
I mean, actually, the Sony blockbusters didn't start until like 2015 onwards. I think you're mistaking history a little bit. The decline for the 360 in the later years, which wasn't a crazy decline, but that was mostly brought on by them focusing less on big exclusives and more on Connect and whatnot. Did I take an arrow to the knee? No, during COVID, I thought after not being, you know, going to the gym because COVID lockdowns after several months that I could do the same amount of leg weights that I was doing prior, and yeah, couldn't. Yeah, that's what happened there.
Some call me the hero from the sky. You can call me Ash.
You tell him, Ash. Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. The last Modern Warfare Remastered didn't do super well. It's kind of like a little bit of timing on streams. You know, the right night, right time, stuff like that. The big factors in these things. When people are available, if people get notifications is a big thing too, right? I also think notifications-wise, things are impacting it a little bit too, because it's like... I'm experimenting with these YouTube shorts. I don't know if you guys see those. I don't know how it gets distributed to people, but I'm kind of doing a thing where I'm experimenting with like taking a bit out of an interview and trying to maybe see if the YouTube shorts will like send people to go to the interviews and kind of watch those. So that's something I'm experimenting with. I don't really love the YouTube shorts format, but if it's something that could potentially drive new viewers, it's kind of a good idea to play around with. I'm gonna go with the distance gun on this one. Yeah. Dun 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 dun.
Hardpoint.
Because the YouTube shorts I find very weird. It's kind of like you get no views, and then after like an hour or two,
Secure the hardpoint.
it goes into the shorts feed, and then you get like 1,000 or 2,000 views. And then it kind of dies off and does like trickling after short views later on. Or I guess if you have a big hit, it grows really high, but I haven't had like a mega shorts hit yet. I don't know if I ever will.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Is there a guy that's alive in the zombie group or no? So I'm like, I see bullets, but I don't know where they're from.
Switcheroo, bing bang, boom.
Damn it.
Pow!
I'm almost 30. Do what? I'm almost 30. A
Enemies
physical?
inside the perimeter.
Let's make a deal.
You haven't seen any of my shorts? Yeah, like I haven't done too many, but I've been kind of doing them, or trying to do them maybe every few days recently. I did one, I think, on Friday or Saturday, and then there was one today. and I got one planned for like Thursday, and I guess I'm gonna try to do a Tomb Raider comparison short for tomorrow.
Next hardpoint.
Yeah.
Target area updated. Move to the hardpoint.
See, like, yeah, I've been basically trying to like get info on these shorts and how to best like effectively use them and stuff, and it's just kind of weird. Like I said, I don't love that format. That's not what I make content for. But it's something to experiment with too. I was also debating on trying the YouTube live stream shorts, because that goes in the short feed, but I'm like, well, would I want to stream in that kind of like perspective, or like, why would I want to stream in that perspective, or like, what kind of different content could I do with that kind of live stream perspective? Because like, I wanted to do nature walks at some point, like a nature walk live stream. It was something I talked about a long time ago of possibly doing, but I'd rather do it widescreen so that you guys could watch it afterwards, and it would look, you know, on the TV you could see the full vision of, you know, the walk and stuff. But yeah.
Target down.
Huh.
Enemy UAV active. The enemy's taken the lead.
That's the thing too, you know, it's like when you're doing what I'm doing for work stuff, you gotta keep on the ball of like changing formats and stuff and what people are watching and
Gotcha. Didn't
yeah. We came very close actually, behind the scenes thing, very, very close of starting doing like a slight little podcast thing with this Halo show. But Kevin and I, yeah, but we just kind of ran out of scheduling time. I can't remember if that's because of the, I think it's because of the death of Xbox actually threw off that we were going to put something together for it. A lot of my scheduling plans actually got messed up this week, or last week, because of this.
You better watch out, mother stretcher.
All the scheduling plans.
There you go, changing mags. Switcheroo, bing, bang,
Bang,
boom. Pow!
Yeah, you tell him, Ash.
Changing mags.
It's actually amazing it's been quiet enough around here for me to like pivot to what's going on the fly. Usually I wouldn't be able to do that either. Oh, I didn't mean to fall down.
Motherfucker!
Thought for a second there was gonna break my knees. Drop shot, dude. Is the Halo show any good? Second season's a lot better. A lot better. I was actually a little bit disappointed I didn't get my Halo episode 3 screener. Usually they come on Mondays. I was like, the hell's this? So I'm gonna have to email Paramount if it doesn't show up in the morning.
On your aim.
Because yeah, usually like back in the day during the COVID times when I was reviewing the Halo show, I'd get it on Monday, watch it, and then have my review ready for Thursday. So we'll have to see what's going on there. Yeah. But I'd say season 2 is a much better. Like if you come in, if you never watched any of the Halo show, just skip season 1 and just watch season 2, and you'll have a much better time. Yeah. Yeah. Some people still just hate the Halo show, but I think they wanted something that it was never gonna be, and yeah. But I think the mystery and the intrigue that they set up with the second season was like eons beyond anything they did in the first. And it's just like, if you just watch the second season, you'd be like, oh, what's the mystery? What's happening here? It's much more engaging, I'd say.
Changing mags.
Enemy UAV active.
Damn it.
Fire! Attack fire!
Will you miss anything if you skip season 1? I mean, probably. like season 2, it kind of like there's some bad stuff that happened at the end of season 1 in Halo, and Halo like the second season kind of like glosses over the bad stuff. I think you'd find it much more interesting just watching the second season, because you'd kind of be like, there's a lot more of mystery and darkness going on, and sure there are characters you kind of be like, who's this character, why are they in this situation? But I think you could also just sit there and watch the second season and be like, okay, this is just a new character I'm seeing and interacting with and learning about. And I think you'd just be like, okay, well, where's this story going? What's this doing? And yeah, I think it'd be a lot better just skipping the first season entirely. Yep. They are working on a new Halo game, but it's going to be quite a few years away. But yeah, the second season is like... The first 2 episodes of the second season are like far beyond anything in the first season. And it's actually kind of exciting, because I'm like, ooh, they're teasing this, or ooh, they're setting up this, and I'm like, oh, ho, ho. Yeah, there's the review of it on the channel, too. Elect the next Xbox CEO. Yeah, I don't think businesses do that. Yeah, these YouTube shorts is such a weird format. Because I just kind of like, my YouTube short is now in the feed. I wonder if my YouTube shorts would do better if I did them in the middle of the day for, like, send out. That's the thing, I only have so many, like, slots that I can do in a day for, like, sending out videos. And to me, a short is never gonna be as, like, economically valuable as a video is. Well, I think the bigger change was them getting rid of the showrunner for the first season. Yeah. That was a big change. I think that helped. Like tonally season 2 for Halo is much, much better. I think if you're on the Xbox, there's also a free, if you have Game Pass, I think there's like a free month of Paramount. Yeah, there's a free 30-day trial of Paramount if you've never, you know. Ooh, the Sims 4 Jungle Adventure Pack. I'll have to grab that later. Year 11 of Smite? My god. You know, I never did a Smite Series X video. I should probably do that someday. Why isn't this match started? Match started loading level. Doesn't really seem like it's loading the level. Oh, there it is. Have I watched? Yeah, I watched the first season. I reviewed each of the episodes that's on the channel, and I did the first 2 episodes of the second season as well that's on the channel. 30 days in this economy, I know, right? It's almost like Paramount's desperate to bump up their numbers for when their sale goes through.
Secure the area. Hardpoint. Secure the target area.
I really joined late in progress. What the fuck? Like, there's, you know, 60 points already? What the hell? Was it, like, not allowed to join the game until I, like, left the dashboard? That's weird. Yeah. Yeah, you have fun sleeping there, Zero. Yeah, I'm really curious though to see how all the Tomb Raider stuff does tomorrow. I do ponder if other people getting their content out earlier is going to impact my stuff. Probably yes, but I will have to wait and see.
We're on the same side.
I just have like a weird accent kind of thing. Is she from like the Midwest US or something? Guess that would make sense. Again, haven't watched the show, don't have a clue.
Hardpoint relocated. Stand by. Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area.
But it's so nice when you could all turn out for the, and tune in for the end of the Xbox days. Freaking stupid zombie got me stuck and I couldn't run after this guy and shoot him.
Loading fresh mag.
Sucks. Sick. that's a teammate. That's a zombie. Those are zombies.
Switching mags.
The fog scene? Oh yeah, where Master Chief's like capping all those frickin' elites and stuff. Oh, it's so frickin' badass, dude. It was so badass. He does like a no-look shotgun on like an elite. It was frickin' sweet. 60 seconds. No, I haven't actually played that game, I don't think. The Witcher 3 would be worth playing? Yeah, you should probably play The Witcher 3. It's like one of the greatest games ever made. It's pretty great. It's well worth your time. Especially the DLCs, the two. Those expansion DLCs are incredible value. Oh, god damn it. The zombies got me, man. The combat is dated for Witcher? I think it's still fine. It's just slower. I think some people just expect really fast combat, but The Witcher, there's a bit more balance to it. It's like there's a bit more balance in trying to get you guys to like the stream. Ha ha ha. Subscribing's great, donation's cool. Consider becoming a channel member. Channel member gifted, the Patreon option, and the Discord for stream alerts. It's also the Amazon Starfield link. Should you be grabbing anything on Amazon, use the link. Damn, did I get turned into petals? Oh, that's probably the Lilith kill thing, eh? Where the petals come out. It's cool. They do go all fancy on your layers for your characters in this one, don't they? Love seeing somebody attacked and like grouped up by zombies and just get like a free kill because they're too busy fending off the zombies. Oh god, no! It's happening to me right now! Damn it. It's only 9. What is 60 seconds? Is it that game where it's like you have 60 seconds and you have to like run out of a bunker? Because I played that one. I might have actually played that, I just don't know if I remember playing that. Damn, dude. Hot damn. We lost? To be fair, I did join way late, somehow. Probably because I was playing around on the dashboard, I think. Not bad, though. Not bad at all. Wonder if we're gonna get any more crazy, groundbreaking news tomorrow. The gaming industry is so weird. It's just like there's always something freaking nuts going on. Big hits left, right, and center. Huge failures left, right, and center. You know what? Actually, all the chatter about the Suicide Squad has completely died down. Like, it feels like people have completely forgotten about that game, and it's only been out for like a week or something. And like the chatter is all gone. You want to play Tomb Raider again? Which one? Does my PC run Crysis? Yeah, it does. Yeah. You're gonna dream about the retired CEO of PlayStation, Jim Ryan? That's a little weird. It's a little weird, Zero. Hmm. Bum, 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 bum. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Also hope there's some kind of announcement on Thursday about like improved like handheld UI and stuff from Xbox on handhelds. That would be great. Tomb Raider 1 to 3 remastered. Oh yeah. Well, the schedule for that one's a little messed up. I would have been streaming it the night that I did a video review on it, but I think Skull and Bones takes precedent tomorrow over that. How am I doing tonight? So, I guess. Hope you're doing good. Just tired. Had like just went to the bar for like burgers and a drink. Visited the grandfather at the care home today. He's tired. Yeah.
Hardpoint. Secure
Lethal,
the
going
target
out.
area.
Toss and tactical.
Taking rounds.
Target area located. Secure the hardpoint.
Drop shot? Come on, dude. Come on. What a clean match out here. This is a great shot of her chest. I should have lingered on it.
In the area.
Switching mags. Taking fire.
Anyways, yeah, I hope the Tomb Raider video does really well tomorrow. Usually my Tomb Raider stuff does, so we'll see. And I swear, if anybody gives me crap about Tomb Raider 2 gameplay, I'm gonna be freaking out.
Friendly mosquitoes deployed.
You know, this map just does not play that well in this game, eh?
UAV overhead.
I'm getting lit up. Changing mags.
Drop shot, what a lose it.
Here we go.
See, I jump stepped him, sidestepped him.
Target area updated. Move to enemy UAV active.
Xbox a place to play. It really is, yeah.
Lethal, going out.
It's not the best place to play, but it's a place to play. I really do miss those old days of Xbox, though. You know, I do my yearly E3 rewatches out of the Xbox conference. That should actually be coming up again soon. And like, it's so different having leadership at Xbox that like goes out on at the E3 stage and they're like, we have the best product. This is the best way to play. We've got these great games. And it's like, you just really don't get that anymore. You haven't for a long time, I guess. Maybe I'm just not the target they're trying to message to. Usually you build off your hardcore audience, you don't scorch earth it, and then you get other players to join in.
Hardpoint
Oh well.
Stand by. Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area.
Oh, it does make the kaboom sound. It's just usually too noisy because there's too much action on the map. Huh. Funny. Yeah, this map doesn't work in this one. There's a few from the original Modern Warfare. Well, I mean, they're all from Modern Warfare 2, but some of them just don't functionally work with the movement and the speed and everything in this game. It's really awkward. Really, really awkward. God damn it, what was that? They have a gunship? Oh wow, they're smoking us for kills. I didn't realize that. Huh. When did that happen? Because I'm like, we got a great score lead and it's...
Target area updated. Move
Didn't realize they were smacking us around for kills. Fuck me, dude.
Loading fresh mag.
friendly mosquito active.
Dropped it. Changing mags.
The duck. Is that guy drop shotting zombies?
Switching mags. Give me some sugar.
Zombies are a little bit more aggressive than your usual run-of-the-mill undead. Because they're elite zombies. They had good training.
People load out. Tactical out.
Friendly UAV on station. Hardpoint relocating. Stand by.
Got that sexy hip sway, I love it. Zombies, you really can't catch them off guard, can't you? Well, not zombies, but people in zombies. Drop shot, dude, come on. Hello there. Next, Gears and Elder Scrolls? I mean, Gears more likely to be an exclusive. Elder Scrolls, I don't really think so anymore. I would assume almost everything will be multi-platform if some of it is.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Here we go.
Enemies inside the perimeter. Enemies deploy the counter UAV. Mission time is half over. Maintain the lead.
Call some tactical.
Confirming next hardpoint. Stand by. Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area.
Deadpool with Wolverine? No way.
Enemy KIA.
Hardpoint compromised.
Just can't wait till we get to see a little bit of a glimpse of Wolverine would be nice.
Reckon it'll take more than that to cream my corn.
Friendly mosquito deployed.
Oh, so she really is kind of, I think, Midwestern. Wow.
I'm getting lit up. Hostile eliminated.
Changing mag.
People load out. Tactical out.
Zero, how much you been drinking tonight, man? Sometimes you gotta lay off.
Hardpoint relocated. Stand by. Target area updated. Move to the hardpoint.
Taking fire.
Oh, we got a good lead going, so that's nice.
Lethal's hot.
Yeah, this map just does not work in this game.
I'm hit. Enemy KIA.
Kind of hoping we get to see some of those retro maps, because I read that we were supposed to get Modern Warfare 2 levels. Maybe they just don't like just a plain Hordepoint. Yeah, there was a couple good chuckles for Deadpool. I just hope it doesn't get like too silly or ridiculous, but yeah. I think the large issue for me is again just my general care of Marvel stuff.
1 minute remaining.
I'm getting lit up.
Because I do, you know, like Ant-Man, I really like those movies more than some of the other Marvel movies, and I didn't even bother with 3. Same with Guardians, I love Guardians, didn't even bother with 3. I think I'll go watch Deadpool, but also not 100% sure anymore. I'll probably watch it for Wolverine, I guess. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see.
Lethal going out. Tactical out.
I wonder if Disney will do screenings for this movie because they really want to get a good word of mouth going on that one.
Loading fresh mag.
UAV in the area.
Let's not blow this lead, guys, eh?
The mission is complete.
You never watched an NFL game. Oh, that's interesting. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Out here on the Hordepoint. It was close. I didn't know if T-Swizzle was going to win the Superb Owl, but she did. She pulled it off. It really is a Cinderella story, you know, coming from not playing the sport at all to winning. It's incredible. Incredible. Shorts engagement is so weird on YouTube. Like, I try to like look at the metrics and understand it, and it's just like it is the most random, weirdest thing. I feel like almost the shorter the short, the better it almost does. Yeah. T-Swizzle never loses. Yeah, all she does is win. The chat? Oh, I've seen some really weird stuff. The chat is actually generally pretty cohesive the whole night through tonight. I mean, there's a couple unhinged folks, but like honestly, it's been a pretty clean chat. There are sometimes I sit there and I just go, yeah, I'm not even responding to whatever's going on here, but yeah, no, pretty relatively tame tonight. Well, aside from some outliers, I suppose, earlier, but yeah, not bad. I wish they allowed thumbnails for the YouTube shorts, but yeah, you're not allowed, I guess. And they used to have them, and they took them away. Vertical live streams? Yeah, we kind of talked about that a little bit earlier. I don't really like doing videos in that way. Like, I don't really love the shorts format, but like streaming in like that would be, I don't know if I'd like to do that. My question though is like, I was wondering, can you stream, like can I do a vertical stream while also doing like a horizontal stream at the same time? Because it'd be really cool if there was a feature where you could see like a vertical and a horizontal thing of the same stream at the same time, but like two different split things would be fascinating.
Switching mags.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I did talk about it a bit earlier, but it's something to look into and kind of experiment for me. What I would be interested in streaming in that way, or if I would like to stream that way, and how it, you know, gets people into that kind of thing. I don't know. Like, I guess theoretically, if I wanted to have like a fire pit night and maybe just stream it vertically, might be a cool test thing, but it's weird, honestly.
Snappers down.
And you know, would that do well? Would people be interested in that? Would it be weird? It's so new to me. But yeah, I try to keep up on the trends the best I can, but the vertical stuff, as I've mentioned many times, I've never liked the idea of doing vertical content just because you lose so much like visibility in terms of like the environment that you're capturing or the thing you're showing. And it's like I've tried to also watch some vertical content to understand it more. Like there's the guinea pig group I watch. They do their stuff vertically because it's on, you know, Facebook Live, but I'm still like, it weirds me out a bit. God, this gun's great. It's great. Yeah, it's more for mobile streaming, but like again, like the idea that we've thrown around of doing a nature walk live stream or whatever, which I think I have the internet, or like the bandwidth or the data to be able to do that, I believe. But like, I'd much rather do it properly so that you could watch it afterwards and see, you know, the thing in on a TV format, and it would look really good. From our town to your table. Burger down. Make good looking burgers. So yeah, I really don't know. It's something I'm looking at and experimenting and thinking about, and I don't know, maybe at some point I'll come up with something that will work in that way. But I don't know yet. My content also doesn't necessarily fit that too, right? Yeah, sometimes I've got fun facial expressions for the craziness that I read in the chat. Sometimes it's best just to let people talk. I always figured that was kind of like the end goal of streaming stuff, is to get to a point where the chat just like talks amongst themselves, and occasionally I get like a chat prompt from them or something. That was... I don't think we've ever necessarily gotten that busy before, or maybe like once or twice, but I believe that is usually the streaming end goal, is to get to a size where it's kind of like people are doing their own discussion and I'm just gonna do my thing. Zero, it's okay, you can do whatever kind of weird club you want. Nobody's here to judge you anymore in the modern era. They're only here to get you to like the stream. What? How could Sky say such a thing? How in this economy? No, man, it's totally fine to ask questions about stuff. Conversation, things are pretty good to go over. It's just like, yeah, no, it's interesting because it's new and it's different, and I look at it and I'm like, how would this benefit me? How would this fit in with my content? I got one pal that does the TikTok streams, and I guess he's saying the TikTok streams are not as popular right now, and he wants to maybe try to do a different platform. I'm trying to like sway him to do YouTube so I can like see how it performs for him. It's almost easier to get someone else to try something than kind of get like info off of them on how stuff goes. Yeah, it's just as weird, honestly. Like, well, it's not totally weird because I use a phone like everyone else does, and it makes sense. But just like the way I envision viewing stuff is so different from how some people consume things now. As I said, it'd be really sweet if you could like, you know, I come from a background for web development. We have responsive design for a long time now. It's just commonplace. But you know, it's a website, when you move the edges of it, or you're on a different device, the website will automatically change based on what display you're looking at, right? The size of your display, and it's like, I'm assuming that's going to be a common thing for maybe streaming eventually. It's just the technology of A, the software, and then B, the company receiving it. Because my pal on the TikTok streams, he mentioned that they have that for TikTok Live Studio. You know, it has the option, so depending on how you flip your phone, his stream will change based on the viewing thing. It's kind of neat. Yeah. Well, you haven't seen much about the vertical streaming on YouTube because it's literally brand new. I think it's like a week old. It's like, I don't even... You know, I think YouTube made like a 2-minute video talking about it, or a minute-long video, and it's like that, even as like a content creator, doesn't tell me anything. It's like, I was sitting there, like, I've been trying to read supplementary info on, like, you know, how does this impact views? How do you do this? Like, what do you get out of doing this? And it's like, there's like nothing about it. Because again, it's like fresh. It's like a week old. And it's like, I really don't even have the bandwidth to really fiddle around with that yet. But you never know. Anyways, guys, I think that's good for tonight. It was a lot of fun talking about all this stuff and botanical gardens. Oh, cool. The color of text. Well, I think people's names are different color text depending on their status. But anyways, I'm good for tonight. Lots of fun. Should be Skull and Bones tomorrow if everything works out. Tomb Raider reviews. Today was Lego Drive and Cannibal Abduction, if you want to watch that. Kind of cool. Anyways, have a good one.